the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories of the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, Sarge?
Time warp, people. Time warp.
Hot tub time machine. Generation X Gaming, we're here live 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. This is episode 433. Okay, we're climbing that ladder, Sarge. One more week closer to 450. 400. I think we hit four. Yeah, we'll hit 450 by Christmas time, or not Christmas, summertime. So, we're live at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're also, if you want to listen to us after the fact, you can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm. I've been putting up the past broadcasts about a week afterwards. So if you want to be a part of the show, come over to 30NSG Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights, to be a part of the live show. If you listen to us after the fact, we do appreciate you very much. Make sure if you're listening to us on any kind of podcast format, that drop a review over there. Because if it's in iTunes, if it's Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm, it helps us out. It puts it back out there to everybody else and be like, oh, this person likes this. Let's recommend it for everybody else. We're in the top 100 of video game podcasts, and also Gen X podcast. So someone sent me another email, Sarge, a completely different company.
Did we fall? I thought we were
No. In just the Gen X category, we're fourth.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Wow.
But in the video game space, for video game podcasts, we're in the top 20. We're number 20.
I'm gonna have to start shaving.
Yeah. Not me. I will not be shaving.
You should totally color your beard, but do the white continue right here. Like keep this dark and just from your mustache white.
That's happening naturally.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but just do it. Do it now. Just
I don't got time for that shit. That means I have to maintain it then.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I have a beard.
Don't love
is
yourself at all, bro.
Yeah,
don't love yourself at all. Just whatever happens, happens.
No, this is groomed, dude. It takes a lot. It takes a lot
beard
to maintain
oil,
this.
Brushing. Yeah,
it takes a lot to maintain this thing.
On the couch eating Cheetos, you gotta brush your beard.
Yeah, look. I got brushes all the time.
I'm aware.
I brush my shit all the time.
I will tell you right now, jealous. Can't grow a beard.
I have no hair up on top.
Can't
right?
grow.
So I got to make up for the hair on my face.
If I let my facial hair come in and I go outside, I will be arrested. That I cannot grow a beard.
Wait, because you look like a homeless person?
Yeah, I look like I belong somewhere.
Like it's just scraggly.
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
It's bad.
Yeah. My son.
The way it is.
I wanted to trim my beard, right? I asked my son, I go, can I put it to like this, where it's just short on my face? He goes, no. I'm like, why? He goes, you look ugly. He's like, you have to have a long beard. He's like, you look cool. I'm like, okay. So if your son,
so that's what there you go. Trim it, white straight down, put some glasses on, and then the trucker hat on you. New persona.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. What's going on, chat? Let me see who's in chat here. What's going on, Robert Jones, Eclipse, Altern, Krebsy, Gaming Fire?
You people are doing a
Water
hell of a
Bear,
job.
I think I've already said.
You mad, bro? The new meme.
Yeah. You like that new emote? The new emote. Look, let's talk about this emote.
I didn't know that. That's what it was from.
Let me bring up
looking into the camera.
It's from
him looking into the camera. That's what it's from.
He looks directly. Hold on. Okay, we've had a lot. We've had a lot going on here in the Discord. Right, I got to scroll up.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Discord.
Yeah, we've been chatting up a
hand
storm.
grenade and close the door. That's what happened in Discord.
Okay, hold on. Let me find. This is the actual clip, and then we took it out of this clip, and then we made it into. Here's the meme, right? So let me bring this up. So, no, that's not it. Right here.
Too early.
Oh, you can't see it.
Too early.
Oh, you can't see it. Well, basically, I can't bring it up. But basically what it is, Sarge, is that in the video game, there's a moment in the video game where a scene happens and all of a sudden he looks like this directly into the camera, and I'm like, there's no way that this is not done on purpose. Okay? Because why would you take a character and look it directly into the camera?
Break the fourth wall. Break the fourth wall.
Break the fourth wall because of the scene that's about to happen. It's a love scene. Okay? But it's same sex. Okay? And so right before the scene, he's like looking directly at the camera, and then the scene happens, right?
Where's the Hound with the side eye? You got that on your button yet?
No, I don't have the dog back up. No.
You got to put it on the emergency button.
Yeah, but wait, maybe I do. Maybe I still have it from a couple weeks ago.
That's the best side eye ever.
No, I don't have the side eye.
Yeah.
I do not. But yeah, so I was like, dude, that's hilarious. So I was like, that's the look that we're going to use. So now we use Are You Mad Bro, right? So Are You Mad Bro? And that's what it is, because it's just too good. It's too good. A meme was born. No matter what happens with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they gave us a meme, and I love it.
This weekend is probably going to be the most epic shit talk weekend for a lot of content creators.
Oh, yeah.
Between Snow White and Assassin's
Creed and Snow White, yeah.
Oh my God, dude! This weekend,
like Christmas. Next
Christmas
Monday in March. Yeah.
Next Monday, the internet is going to explode with videos about what happened during the weekend. It's going to be insane, absolutely insane.
So, on today's show, Sarge, we're going to talk about Xbox leaked something that could be big news or could just be nothing, but we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows crosses a milestone, Sarge. It crosses a milestone. It's been out today. It came out today.
Most people insulted by a game company?
Yeah, most people insulted by a game company.
That's
we're gonna talk about Xbox fans are pining for Microsoft to reopen backwards compatibility. We're gonna talk about Hasbro pushes out Siegel out of the nest of D&D's latest layoffs. So Hasbro is just burning down their company as well. Okay, we're gonna talk about the lead. The owner of Indy Studios, he made a tweet, and the tweet's about single-player games, and he makes fun of it, right? He makes fun of what people are like, well, here's that season again, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
Between him and what's the guy's name that did Split Fiction? The crazy guy who's always
Joseph, I forget the guy's name.
Between those two gentlemen, those two gentlemen represent the gaming industry for me.
They're the real deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're basically hacking through the jungle on their own.
Yeah, so like we're gonna do it the right way, right?
We're gonna do whatever we want.
EA sources confident that the NFL license will continue with EA. We're gonna talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 a little bit. We're gonna talk about PlayStation and Xbox gamers just realizing their physical games, Sarge, have an expiration date. Dun dun dun. We'll talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk about BitReactor and Respawn. A couple months ago, they were talking about a Star Wars game, an RTS. Well, now it's true. So we'll talk about the RTS game that they're going to show next month a little bit, or get your thoughts on it. We're talking about the Future Games show that just happened earlier today. We'll talk about that, and then we'll go down the movie section. We got movie talk about Snow White. We got movie talk about Split Fiction. We got movie talk about Happy Gilmore 2. So we'll watch that trailer near the end of the show, and then we'll do Q&A with the chat. If you guys like to do Q&A, you can just throughout the show, if you put a Q in front of your question, we'll mark it, and then it'll go into near the end of the show. And if you don't want to wait till the end of the show and you would like to help us out, you can give us a super chat, and then we'll do that a lot faster than the end of the show. So that's how that works. We do appreciate you. All right, and then let's get to what we've been playing. All right.
Reminds you of the game from last night.
Oh, yeah. Split Fiction. Joseph Ferris is the guy's name. Thank you, Altern. Yeah, he's the real deal, man. He's the real deal.
He don't care.
So real quick, before we even get that, there was a secret level in Split Fiction, Sarge. Okay, it's a secret level.
Did we find it? We didn't find it yet.
No, it's just we're not there yet. And if we did, maybe we passed it. I have no idea. Right?
Nobody say shit.
All I know
Everybody
is
stay quiet.
all I know is there's a secret level.
Yeah.
Okay, and 2 streamers did it. Okay, on the hardest difficulty. Okay, and when they got to the end, they didn't know this was going to happen. So they found the secret level. They did the secret level. Okay, at the end, a big jumbotron in the game shows up, and Joseph Ferris himself starts to speak and says, "Congratulations, because you did this. I'm going to fly you out to Sweden, okay, to see our
Shut the fuck up.
our early preview of our next game."
Shut
Yeah,
the fuck up.
he did like a Willy Wonka. Yeah,
He Willy Wonka'd?
he Willy Wonka'd. Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
yeah, he Willy Wonka'd.
Well, how many
Yeah.
people get to go?
Just
though?
2. It was just the 2 people. It was just 2 people.
Oh, they were the first. They were the first.
They were the
ones.
first people to find it and complete it, and then he fucking Willy Wonka'd them. Yep, that's what he did.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
brings back fond memories of the old days. That's awesome.
Yeah, Eclipse. Yeah, so he's flying out these 2 streamers. They happen to be streamers. They, it could have been anybody, but
course.
they were, yeah, yeah. But these two people that completed it, he's flying them out to Sweden and sometime this summer, I think, and showing them what they're working on next. Which means they've already been working on their next game before.
You want to know why? Because the games that they're working on don't take fucking 8 years to finish.
That's right.
That's why they're
That's
just
right.
making money, right? You know what a company does? They're in the groove. They know how to do stuff. They pump out a game every couple of years. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's called the studio. Yeah, it's nice.
So they don't need to spend $200 on a raid jacket. No, they don't need a $200 raid jacket. They don't need to do anything. And they didn't know they were gonna get flown out to Sweden. You know what I mean? Nobody knew. They just found the board. They did the thing.
Like from the old crazy movies I used to watch. Like someone does something in the movie and a screen just appears. The guy just starts talking. That's what happened inside their game.
That's what happened inside the game. Yeah.
Do they have a video of that? I think.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
that's what I saw. I saw the clip. Here, let me see if I can bring it up.
Oh, I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Because
Let's see.
I'm thinking you're trolling me. This is a good troll.
I'm not.
This would be one of your good trolls, though.
This is not. Let's see.
I'm just saying this would be one of your good trolls if it were.
Was it secret laser level? Okay. Here it is. Kotaku, right? So I kind of don't want to show the board because I don't want people that maybe haven't got there, but there it is, right? So they were in the board, okay? So a super secret and very hard level hidden in Split Fiction, so difficult that only a few of the game devs could overcome it, okay? Has been completed by a pair of speedrunners. The reward, a free trip to Sweden to get a sneak peek at Hazelight's next game, okay? So here it is. All right, I'm just gonna fast forward, and they get to the section here. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound because there's no sound, but there he is. So he's talking right now. He says, "Oh, amazing. You have to understand," right? He says, there's people in their team that took a long time to complete this. So I'm telling you, this is crazy, crazy achievement that you've achieved. Right? He says, right, if you're seeing this in the video in the game, you want a trip to Sweden. Yeah, so there it is. I can't get the audio to work, but there you go. So popped up in the game, pops up on the screen, and on the screen he says, if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out the actual the board. It's really cool. If you just beat the board and you're the first, if you could prove to me, then you're taking a trip to Sweden. I'm going to pay for you two to come to Sweden and see the new game, right? Tell me how fucking cool this is, right? That alone, Sarge, should be game of the year. He fucking Willy Wonka'd, okay, inside the gaming industry. All right? This guy told EA to go fuck themselves.
Legit.
Right?
Legit.
And now he won Game of the Year with his It Takes Two, and now he's now and great. Remember, he told EA to go fuck themselves, and that's the publisher of his game, by the way.
Because
Right?
they wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah. So there you go. So now the man has done even something even cooler. So speaking of games that we've been playing Split Fiction, right? So we played another 4.5 hours yesterday, right? We were only supposed to play 3. Okay, we played 4.5 hours. It was like 12:30 that night last night when we got done playing.
Couldn't stop though. The levels that we were at, couldn't stop.
Right, you can't stop in the middle of what we had. There's been so many cool little things in this game, man. From we're about to get jetpacks, okay, but we have flying cars and cycles and side scrolling and twin stick shooter and like it's crazy.
And I the more I play the game, the more I said it last night officially, but the more I play the game, I believe that this game is like an opus to the video game industry. Like, because if you the way the game is constructed and the innocence at the beginning of the game and the story that's being told is being told from the point of how games are made, how companies get them, what's going on inside the games, where they get the ideas from. And the whole thing is a story about writers become good writers because of their life experiences and inside video games. And the game gets progressively harder the further in the game you go. And all the games I recognize are from the timeline of when gaming started.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
All the way up to where we are now. Like where we are now would be like late 90s games. Where we are right now.
Late 90s, early 2000s, I think, because we're red versus blue.
Because the very beginning of the game was all of the puzzle, cutesy games,
side-scrolling
like
type of stuff,
King's Quest,
platformer,
platformers. Like it was all, and now we've just gone through the timeline. It's every game, every mechanic ever used.
It literally is every mechanic ever used, and then how creative it is that they're doing certain things. Like we talked about it last week about the ogre scene where you're in that board and you're transferring. In this one, you're in a factory, and you have to work together. If you don't have a friend, I'm sorry, you can't play the game.
Each other for an hour.
Right. You have to work together. Where it makes you think. Some of the puzzles, I don't know. I was thinking about it today. I was like, would my 10-year-old be able to play this game like this? I don't think my wife could play a game like this in certain parts. I think she would get frustrated in certain parts.
It depends.
What's that?
It depends.
So, but I just think it's really, really cool. Like, I think without, obviously, this is just me spitting this because I played the game. This game is so much fun and so creative. I'm not saying because it's fun. I'm saying because it's so creative and the audio, sound design, the music, the gameplay, the story, the voice acting, everything in this game is top notch, right? It's a $50 game. Okay. It's a $50 game and it's amazing. This is my pick for game of the year. Before any other game comes out for the rest of the year, this game is going to be really, really hard to beat just based on that technical level. Not because of score, not because I think it is, because of the actual quality of what this game is. Because I would assume the BAFTAs next year and the DICE Awards, when they look at something, it's just not like, how many copies did it sell? They don't care about any of that. They're looking at it just like the film industry. When an indie film comes in, they're looking at the quality, the story, the gameplay, all the qualities of it. And I think this is going to win. Even though if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out later this year, obviously that's going to be a hell of a front runner as well. I've seen nothing of it. But this is so creative. So creative.
It is. It's done very well. Fun factor is up there. I didn't play a lot this week. At the same time, I've been pretty much looking at the Steam sale, the spring Steam sale. Got a little crazy there because I'm trying to basically I had a list of games, and then I spent time trying to talk myself out of them.
Not to buy something
because I don't have the time. But the price, I kept weighing out the price. I'm like, is it good at that price? I'm like, should I get it at that price? I'm like, maybe. I kept saying maybe over and over again. So I got a few more factions for Warhammer Total War 3.
Okay.
Right, because they were on sale. I got some DLC packs for Dawn of War, like some of the faction skins. What else did I buy? Hell Let Loose.
You're
was on
not
sale.
alone. You're not alone. Robert Jones says, I talked myself out of 3 Steam sales so far.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
have to like justify it.
Hell Let Loose was $25, and I'm like, I gotta get it. It's $25.
This is why I like going to physical stores, because I walk into a store in the past and you would grab a bunch of stuff. You're like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. You start walking around the store a little bit and you're like, do I really
Right.
need this new laptop computer? No, and you put it down. And you're like, do I really need this new DVD? No, and you put that down, right? That's exactly how it is. But Steam, these digital, because it's digital, you're like, click, one click, bought, done.
I mean, I'm on a 40K kick. I was playing Dark Alliance, which made me want to play Dawn of War, which made me want to play Dawn of War 2, which got me into a discussion with Travis about how bad Dawn of War 3 was. And then I started playing Dawn of War 2. I wanted some fun game. I wanted a fun game. I played online with some people. I played against one of my friends that's up in the Northeast, the Connecticut or someplace. We played Axis and Allies a few nights. I don't know if he's anytime I hear from anybody from up north, it's because they're getting divorced or something bad's happening. So it's the only reason I ever hear from them, right? Then wasn't talking about anything, just like, it's cool, let's play a game. Like he must be out of jail or some shit. I don't know, but I didn't play anything like new. I played like old stuff because
Well, it's
that's the
okay.
kind of stuff
60% of the population is playing old stuff as well, Sarge. So
I mean, I came this close. I think it was late on Sunday. Yeah, it was late Sunday. I was like, I'm going to start a new character in Skyrim. I'm like, and I picked all the points, and I hit start.
about
and
to start a 200-hour.
And I'm watching
campaign.
the cart ride, because I didn't put the patch in to skip the cart ride, and so I'm watching the cart ride, and I'm like, am I doing this right now? And I played for like an hour. I'm like, yeah, I could probably still do this. And I just saved it, made sure it was saved, and went and did something else. It's like, there are just some games that just you have no problem going back to. I keep myself busy, but like I said, I'm staring at a screen like from like 7 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then when I get home at night, I'm staring at it from like 9 to 10 o'clock to like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm just staring at a screen all the time. So I start to lose it after a while. So that's why I started painting and started doing something else. I'm also at the damn
Jason,
screen.
I don't think Sarge has ever owned or played an Assassin's Creed.
Played, not owned.
Yeah, well, you played mine.
Played, not owned.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I played.
You've never bought an Assassin's Creed.
I played Brotherhood. I played Black Flag.
Yeah, you've never bought an AC game.
No, never bought an AC game.
Yeah,
because I liked it, but I didn't love it. Is that the best way to say it? Like, there's certain games I just don't run out and buy. Like, there were, even back then, there's options. Back when those games came out, you could just rent them.
Right.
Or you had GameFly. Everybody remember GameFly? Same shit.
Yep.
Right? I GameFly'd a lot.
Good old GameFly.
I GameFly'd a lot. I GameFly'd and rented games. The list of my games is ridiculous.
Assassin's Creed 2 is goated. I liked Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3, and Brotherhood.
I like the whole story about him going into his past and the whole DNA thing. I enjoyed it. I played it.
I couldn't tell you what the hell's going on now. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I found AC1 boring as hell.
Yeah,
well,
but flashback camera, how old were you?
Yeah. Well, when did you play it? Did you play it when it first came out and you found it boring? Or did you find it boring after you played the other ones after the fact, then went back to it and went, this is fucking boring?
It's hard. You go backwards.
Because when AC1 came out, that was new. That wasn't bloated in any way. That was the original. You're like, man, this is cool. I get to go around stabbing people and climbing. Their parkour, I don't care what anyone says. Their climbing in AC and any AC, so good when you're just running across the thing and feels so good. I played 2 and 3 came out. Okay, so you played 2 and 3.
It's 10 years after AC1.
No.
They came out like 2 or 3 years apart.
No, they came out 1 year after another, didn't they?
No, it wasn't that close.
There's 17
It wasn't yearly.
It
wasn't yearly.
It was.
Was it? It wasn't like COD, was it? I don't think it was like COD.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was yearly. They were boom, 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 and then they stopped for like 2 years, and then Origins came out. And then Origins, then
start looking up shit.
I forget the other one.
I guess.
Odyssey. then Valhalla, and then Valhalla's been out for like 3 years. Then Mirage came out, and then yeah. Oh yeah, it was revolutionary back in the day. It's cool stuff. I was like, wow, man. Like, it blew my mind when you played Assassin's Creed the very first time, and you're in the game, and then all of a sudden you come out, and you're in that building in the tower, and you're like, what the hell? It's in a dream sequence, like it's desyncing, and you're like, oh, there's a whole story. I always thought, and maybe they've done this since I've played, I always thought that you would leave and then be an assassin within the real world that you're in, like the Matrix. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. They had multiple studios, so there was one every year.
Yeah, they were pumping them out.
Yeah, they had multiple studios. Right. You were right.
Yeah. I haven't been playing much. I've been playing Marvel still. I played 33 Immortals. That's what I played. I have a video up on our channel on 30 and Still Gaming. That's that multiplayer co-op game that you can play 33 people. Okay, it's in that server you played last year when you were here. Top down.
It's a gamble mechanic where if you want to go further into the level,
yeah, it's a rogue. It's a rogue. Yeah.
Yep.
So you would go around the board and unlock chests or vials or pottery, and then you would go into these gates with 6 other people and beat that level. And
I never understood
push
the
mechanic.
Chests. I never understood the 2 chests in that room. That's
you have to get a key. You could buy a key outside, or you could get lucky and drop it, and someone drops a key, and you can pick up the key. And then you can open both chests.
Otherwise, you can't open the chest.
Otherwise, you can't. Yeah, you have to get 100 bones to open it to get a key outside, or lucky if you get one from a drop from a random from a person.
And healing wasn't easy. I remember that. As well.
Yeah, once you down, you can go buy healing for 25, but only at that one station. It only gives you like 25%, and then you can go back to another one to get another 25%, but you have to build up again. But once you die and someone revives you, you only have a smidgen of health left. You can't undo it. Right. And then as you go, you unlock passive abilities. So you might get, like, I have a thing that gives me 200 extra damage. Okay. But that's, it's a common.
Is there any way to get rid of the debuff of you not having full health?
As of right now, I don't know. I'm only level.
Oh, because you only played the demo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, no, I played the demo before. Yeah, the beta. Now I'm like level 2, almost level 3. You unlock different passive abilities as you're playing the game. So there's 4 weapons right now. It looks like there's going to be 8 as they add more to the game. But it's good. I like it a lot. It's a really fun. It's addictive. It's got this nice little loop to it. You just want to keep going back in and trying to. Right now, I like the staff. Staff is my favorite.
It's got better range.
Yeah, it's range. You can just bombard people. You stun people, or slow them down, basically, and then you can do more damage to them. The bow is fun. It's a little slow, though, at least right now. And then there's the dual blades, and then there's a sword. And the sword's pretty strong when you start leveling up. It's a cool game. We might play it as a stream, not this week because I'm going out of town tomorrow, but maybe on a Friday we'll jump in because now it's out. So maybe we'll jump in and play 33 people.
We're going to be talking about this for most of the show, but there's so many games. I watched that gaming conference today.
Yeah, the Summer Game Fest, or not Summer Game Fest, Future Game Show.
Incredible. There's incredible stuff coming out.
All right, so let's give props here. Let's get to the stories because we have a lot of stories to talk about. So let's get to the top stories. All right. So the first story, Sarge, let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows crosses the 1 million players within the first day. I don't know if this is exciting or not exciting because certain games...
Assassin's Creed game, people are going to play it.
I understand that. But when other games hit 1 million, they're like, it's no big deal. But AC hits it and everyone's like...
They have to.
I know they do. But it's a news show, so we're talking about the news. So they hit 1 million. So Ubisoft just announced, and remember... They announce it when they need to announce it. Otherwise, they never say shit. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Shadows surpassed 1 million players on the first day. The official Assassin's Creed account on X has just posted it's at even 4 p.m. here in Canada, and Assassin's Creed Shadows has already passed 1 million players. Developers have thanked the community in helping them to reach the meaningful milestone Ubisoft Day 1 release plans on Steam. Seems to be going well for the game, too. Assassin's Creed Shadows had to undergo several delays before releasing today on March 20th. However, it seems that the delays have helped as developers. I don't know, man. Some of the voice lines... Were you in the morning show when I played that soundbite? It sounded like the woman had like cotton in her mouth and it was an AI. Even worse, it sounded like AI with cotton in its mouth. Okay, it was bad, right? And I said maybe it was a placeholder and they forgot to remove it and someone found it and that's what it is. But it's bad, and the voice acting itself sounds like people from Japan that their second language is English. And they did the whole thing in English instead of dubbing it with actual people that speak English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but with a game like that, I don't harp on that too much. If for me, if I were to play it, I would play it with the Japanese language.
That's
on,
exactly what I would do.
Subtitles.
Yeah,
that's the way it's meant to be sounding. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like it would if they did. Let's put it this way: if they did a good job, it would be like watching a Japanese samurai movie with English dubbed. Like that's how it would look, right? Like that's how it's supposed to look. If you're using the English with it, that's why it should just be played in their language. It's fine, but I don't like the I don't like the verbiage. The verbiage says surpassed 1 million players, not sold. It's 1 million players.
Remember, they got Ubisoft.
You got
Plus.
Ubisoft Plus. You can play on Ubisoft Plus. That's fine.
So when they say Assassin's Creed crosses 1 million players, 999 people could be on Ubisoft Plus.
I don't know who they're not saying, so I'm not asking yet.
Right.
Oh, wait. Listen, once again, the numbers come out when they come out.
Right?
It's fine.
Tell us, if you're excited about the number, tell me how many people bought the game. Tell me how
I
many people bought the game.
I
don't care personally. Right?
I have no skin in the game.
Look, at the end of the day, a game is success. Public perception is different than actual success, right? A game could bomb, but if we don't know the budget, and we don't know how many games they sell, which most of the companies don't tell us the budget. Most companies don't tell us how many games they sell. So it's all just a big ass guessing game that we can guess until they come out and say it underperformed.
You have to define. You have to define the specifics of the word successful.
Correct.
Was it financially successful?
That's what I'm saying. Though we don't know the financials.
Successful? Right. Did the team feel really good about the game, so it's successful to them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys want to obfuscate the words all the time to make everything sound well. That's great. Everyone loves the game. Cool. In 6 months, if the studio's fired, was the game successful? Right. In my book, the answer is no.
Because let's just change the title for a second, right? Tango Gameworks just announced 4 million people played Hi-Fi Rush, right? And you're like, wow. And then a couple months later, Tango Gameworks studio closed because they didn't sell enough. Okay, great. 4 million played. How many bought? Right now, you're telling me 1 million players played.
But it's only the first day, bro. Shit, calm down. You're too negative.
I'm just
calm
saying.
down. Calm down.
I'm just
Why
trying
are you
to keep
upset?
I'm just trying to keep consistent.
Why are you
getting
upset? You've been playing the game.
I'm just trying to keep consistent across the board because people will use one game and say, "Well, this is shit," and another person will come out and say, "This is successful."
That's my point.
Right?
Before we start discussing it, what's your definition of successful? I like the game. Cool.
Right.
You like the game.
Right. If I can't say if it's successful unless they tell me it's successful, and they have to tell me it's successful based on the budget and based on the profits. The profits is what tells you it's successful. You can't tell me that you put a game out for $250 million and it makes less money than that, and you're like, it's successful. That's not how business works, right?
Well, it does if you're using the word successful in a different way.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. Listen,
what's the definition of successful? All right, so there's that story. The next story, Sarge.
Thank God we got things like dictionaries and thesauruses. We can identify words.
Okay, the next story is Xbox blog post accidentally, Sarge, leaks Steam tab in user interface. Okay,
that was a good one, by the way. That's a good one.
What's that?
The fact that it showed the word Steam on the screen. Yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
Steam. tab user. All right. The official blog post released by Xbox today, the company inadvertently included a mock-up of the Xbox user interface that included a tab labeled Steam. Microsoft and Xbox have already removed the image from the post, but might have shown their desire to release an Xbox that could also play games from the Steam library. First of all, they're not just willy-nilly just putting a tab by accident. Okay, let me show you the actual tab. Okay, let me zoom in here. Okay, they're not willy-nilly just putting a Steam tab there. Okay, so here's a close-up picture. Now, if we read across, there's owned twice in here, right? So it is an action adventure is there twice as well, okay? But you're not going to write in Steam if you didn't mean that Steam wasn't coming to the actual tab, okay? So I saw some people react to this that were console fanboys. I won't mention what side or not, but you can figure it out, okay? But some people are like, oh, Steam. And then they kind of just sat there for a second, thought about it, and went, wait a minute. If Xbox gets Steam, that's a pretty big move by Microsoft, right? So, look, I don't know if it's true, but if it is true, Sarge, this is a gigantic move by Microsoft and teaming up with Steam. Now, the rumors have been that they're doing something with it. They're talking about the handheld coming out, that they're teaming up with them. It would be a smart move for Steam because Steam already dominates the PC market. And now if they can get more people to come in without buying a PC, because Steam doesn't care. Steam doesn't sell PCs. Steam just sells their software for free on the PCs, and you can buy all the games that you want. And they're the most friendly, consumer-friendly business in the gaming market, which is not saying too much. But obviously, they're the top of the heap.
If everybody's stabbing you, and
they offer you a bottle of water,
and this guy's just punching you, then they're better. They're the best ones. That's how that works.
They're the best ones out there, right? So, what do you think about this, Sarge? Is obviously leaked. It's leaked.
It's not leaked. I don't know. I don't know why you guys even say the word anymore.
So
we got information.
Do you think this is coming this year? That Steam and Xbox are teaming up? Or Microsoft is teaming up.
I really do think it's it's the guys who work in the company. I think they do it because I think that I don't want to say that they're paid, but I think that they allow us certain things to happen to create buzz, right? I think that's what they do, and I don't think this is a huge deal because it's not like a secret product that the company's making. But what it is showing is the fact that all the things that we've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 years now is coming to fruition. Like it's going to happen because
console sales are hurting. Less people buying consoles.
It's not that console sales are hurting. You don't have to say it that way. But you don't have to say it that way because a lot of people who love their boxes and take them for walks are going to get upset.
I see them in the stroller. They got their dog in one, and then they got the Xbox or PlayStation in the other.
You just change the verbiage. What you say is that the companies are not selling more consoles than they used to, right? They're not selling any more consoles. They know the number of consoles they could sell, but they're not selling any more past that, and they want to grow.
Right.
So this is a way to get to more people. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Akuda Papa with the $1.99 super chat says, "End of the world. Xbox got Steam." So, and then Krebsy says real quick, multi-trillion-dollar company leaks stuff from the FTC trial, leaks stuff of the WoW console thing. They need to find the rats. Yeah, they got buckets of just leaks everywhere, right? Yeah. It's crazy.
This is why it's not leaks, man. Just call it information. We received information that it's possible that Xbox and Steam are working together. That's the headline. Yeah, we received some information. Not a leak. It ain't a leak. They claim ignorance. I don't know. It was an accident. Look, we make tab bars all the time, and I just mislabeled it. I mislabeled the word
simple,
Steam in between.
Because if Steam is working with Microsoft, who's to say they also don't go, hey, you know what? We're also going to go to PlayStation, right?
Exactly.
Why
wouldn't Steam want to be there as well?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like this is it's
Xbox only thing.
Right, maybe it is an Xbox only thing for now, but we also don't know what PlayStation is, because PlayStation could look at this and go, all right, well, if we let this go, we need to do exactly what they're doing. So we need to find some money to get with Steam, to put Steam, because look, Netflix is on all the boxes, right? Netflix doesn't care where it is. Netflix just wants a subscription model.
Netflix is the whore of digital world.
Yeah, they're just like, we'll go anywhere.
We'll go with anyone.
Yeah, we don't care, right? They're just like, we'll put it on everything.
We will go home with anybody.
So
as long as you're paying me, I'll go home with you. That's Netflix.
Look, we all know down the line, the whole industry is going to shift and change, and PlayStation will go day and date, and Steam will be on all the boxes and everything else.
But that's a new way of looking at it, though. Krebsy says it right here, right? He says it's really new. It's not news info, but it's rumored almost here that if Xbox would have Steam, right? So if you think about it, then all Xbox becomes then is the cheapest PC on the market, because now I turn on my Xbox and I just start scrolling through Steam, and what games do I want to download and buy? Right. Now I'm just on a mini. I'm on a gaming PC.
Right, but as Cribsy's saying, this is nothing new, but it is kind of new, right? Because yes, it's a leak, but this is almost confirmation now, right? Before you could say that Grand Theft Auto's this, and PlayStation's doing that, but here's almost admittance of Steam's coming, right? By accident, oopsie, right? Even though it's a leak, now it's confirmation that, all right, well, this seems real now. Because before, people were like, yeah, sure. I remember the conversations, Krebsy, not with you, but remember? Let's all remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers, okay, where we were having conversations about what if Steam links up with Microsoft. Everyone's like, that'll never happen. Microsoft's never going to get Steam. They're never going to talk to them. Why would Steam do something like this? They would never do that. And here we are. There's a tab there. Not to say that it's real, but if it is, man, never sure came really fast. Let me tell you, never came really fast.
Never's around the corner.
It's always around the corner, right? This is why I never say never.
Well, you should try not to use infinitives.
Yeah,
it doesn't give you room to wiggle.
Well, business doesn't care about never, because business cares about money, and money, everyone's got a price. Everybody's got a price. So if a business wants your business, you're like, I'm never going to sell. And they go, I'll give you $1 billion. You're like, all right, so how fast is this transaction going to go through? Right? Yeah. Like that's what it is, right? Blizzard will never sell. Blizzard sold, right? Bungie will never leave. Bungie left
3 times.
Right. I love when people say never, because I'm just like, well, you're going to regret that, because never always happens.
Well, you can't say always either. Don't put yourself in the box now, bro. You can't say always.
World says, why do people who complain sound like cowboys who smoke 2 packs a day, Mike? Well, I'll be honest. If I just talk like myself, okay, Worlds, then people would think that I'm saying it. I'm putting a voice, if you have a wife or a girlfriend and they make fun of you, they're like, hey, put the dishes away. They make a voice, right? To make sure that they're not saying it, they're making fun of it. That's exactly what we're doing here.
Yeah, I personally like the old ladies who order drinks. How you doing, sweetie?
Yeah.
Do is on the rocks, please, with a lime. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. On the rocks.
Do is in water, sweetie.
Continue with Microsoft. The next story, Sarge. Okay. The next story says Xbox fans are pining for Microsoft to reopen the backwards compatibility, considering it's previously said it would add as many games as possible from Activision catalog. Now, a couple weeks ago on my morning stream, Sarge, Destin Laguerre was talking about what was the point of Activision or Microsoft buying Activision. They've done nothing with it. He wanted all the Call of Duties, all the stuff on the system. Do something. He said, do anything with it, right? And I was like, that's not how that's going to work, man. I was like, and we kind of touched base on this last week, where you're not going to drop all the Call of Duties or all the Activision games at once. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the story, but I saw it in the feed in Twitter this past week. I could have sworn, and check on the article for this, if you can, Krebsy, you'll usually find this. You're good at this stuff, right? I could have sworn that Activision put some sort of bundle. It's like older games. It's like 20 games or 30 games, something like that, on Game Pass is coming soon. It's like the older games, like a bundle inside. Now, I don't know if I was dreaming this or if I saw a thing in the actual feed, But Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard a full 2023, and we enter the second year of that acquisition, and some fans have grown frustrated. Okay. It says, one of the things I tried to do as the voice of Windows Central is amplify the Xbox community concerns, and there's one that I haven't really given enough of a spotlight of it late. Increasingly risen of the four DMs of emails over time, the Xbox fans ask, what's going on with Activision Blizzard? Okay. Microsoft closed the acquisition of Activision Blizzard almost a year and a half ago, back in 2023, giving control of dozens upon dozens of IPs, including World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Candy Crush Saga, and many more. Some of the fans... commentators also beyond have also been asking the increasing number of those since it's so far. It seems that the Xbox fans have had given up quite a lot of what they've been relatively inconsistent gains so far. But what is it in the fair assessment, right? So we actually watched this video like a week ago or so. So here it is. Creator Dustin Laguerre put out the above recent video, which is fairly scathing critic of Microsoft and handled Activision Blizzard thus far. It's perhaps ironic for me is World of Warcraft also couldn't be happier with how things have also played out so far. CEO Bobby Kotick is gone. The micromanagement of Blizzard seems to be at the end, and shield from shareholders and President Joanna Ferris seems focused on player enjoyment from growth rather than cutting corners. All right, so basically what it's saying is, like, where's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? Where's Black Ops 6, Spyro Collection, Crash Bandicoot, right? Like, where are all these games? And if this armchair warrior, right, if I owned a company and I just bought, I don't know, 70 titles, let's say. I don't know what the exact number is of Activision, right? But if I have all these older things like Transformers and, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games and stuff like that, obviously you have to get your ducks in a row and you have to call these Hasbro back up or call the other people back up for licensing again to try to get back the licensing, sign a new 5-year deal or whatever the hell it is. Okay. And I wouldn't release everything at once because then you're throwing a bucket onto people and you don't know what they're going to play. Where if you slow drip it, it'll be better, like one a month, two a month or whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was saying hello to Apollion's wife. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Right. So that's the thing, right? What would you do, Sarge? Would you release a whole shit ton of stuff, or do you think that Microsoft is doing it right now?
This is still a transitional period. The company was, in terms of businesses, the game was just the company was just taken over, right? The machine takes time to move. Get all the people out you want out, restructure. I think that eventually they will, but I think that they're waiting because if you dump everything on there, then you don't leave yourself room to bring in new products from other companies. You have this just giant pile from Activision. Remember,
right?
You only have so many spaces on Game Pass, right?
Right. You don't want to overshadow the other games and other things.
You don't. Let's just be honest. Nobody is clamoring to try to play Call of Duty 2. Like, you have to have it on Game Pass. Like, nobody gives a shit. It would be better for them to say, you know what? We just made sure that the first thing they did was make sure that all of Activision's games are on GOG. Like, they're all going to be there forever now. They won't disappear. They won't go anywhere, right? It's a big publicity thing. Everyone says, oh, that's cool. They're trying to maintain all the cool games. Xbox looks good. Activision looks good. It's good PR. And then maybe like 6 months after that, they bring in 2 or 3 titles and they say, hey, we just brought back the games that are in the vault. We just brought them on to see if anybody wants to play them. Like for the holidays or whatever, like that's something they would do. But you wouldn't just dump everybody on the platform.
Here's a perfect example, right? So the way they're doing Game Pass right now, okay? So here's some of their games they have out right now, okay? So console games recently added One Lonely Outpost. It's a small little indie game. Monster Train, Watchdog Legion's an older game. Balattra's on there. F124's on there now. Rogue Trader's on there. You got the Madden 25 that's now on there, okay? And then if you scroll down here, Adamfall, do they tell the dates? I think they tell the dates, right? So this one's coming out, does it say? Coming soon, right? It says coming soon. And then if you go back here, then this one's coming out April 8th, right? It's coming out real soon, okay? And they have them spaced out, I want to say like every 2 weeks.
Like
so you have Adamfall, South of Midnight, Commandos Origins, Expedition 33, Towerborn.
Yeah, like a movie release.
Doom, right? And you just got more and more every time. So just think if these were all Activision games. You can't just lump all Activision games in one lump sum because then you would eat your own customers.
Yeah, you're flooding the zone. It's not helping you. right? You're not. It's not going to be beneficial. You're not using the leverage of the IP to its best effect. Like, you're not going to just get people to jump over just because you put a bunch of old Call of Duty. No one gives a shit, bro.
Right.
Look at the lineup of games coming out from that game conference for the next couple months. You think they're going to throw a bunch of Call of Duties and some Activision games on there, and people are going to want to come and play? Fuck no. They want to see these other AA games that came out. Not a shot. Like, and plus,
you couldn't find anything, Krebsy?
The conversation, and we need to put this to bed, and so we can all move on. And that way, the discussion in chat just stops. I don't mean like tonight. I mean, it just comes back. It reoccurs every so often, right? The point now is that if you own a console, you still have to pay to play online. Period. PlayStation does it. Xbox does it. You don't have to do it for PC because you're already paying for your online service. But for some reason, on the console, we've had to pay. We've had to pay for a long time. On Xbox, it was called Xbox Live. I don't remember exactly what the words were for PlayStation. I don't remember what it was called, but you have to play for PlayStation yearly, just like Xbox, right?
Right.
So now, Microsoft combined Xbox Live with the base level of Game Pass. So no longer can anyone say it's not worth it to have Game Pass, or I don't know why you have Game Pass. Well, the answer is because I have to pay to be online. And the basic level now is I have Game Pass. So that means if you own an Xbox, eventually everyone who owns an Xbox will have Game Pass, because that's, you have to have it, right? Not because they're making you, but because Xbox Live and Game Pass is the same shit.
They're throwing it in.
Right? So it doesn't matter anymore. So the conversation is over. If you own an Xbox and you're playing online, I don't care if you hate Game Pass. You have Game Pass. You have it. So it doesn't matter anymore. It's just, it boggles the mind on how people talk about Game Pass like it's some kind of cancer that, like, I don't like the business model either, but we don't have much of a choice, right? We don't have a choice.
Right. All right, let's see what else we got here. That's that. All right, next story, Sarge.
Battery life's an hour.
Yeah, for the ROG
Horrible.
was it ROG Ally? Yeah, for the ROG Ally. All right, so Sarge, you know more about this than I do, right? Hasbro is just being an absolute, like, I don't know, what's the shittiest company right now? Hasbro, WB, right, or Disney? Like, I don't know. They're all in the running there. Okay, Hasbro pushed Siegel out of the nest. D&D's latest layoffs happened because of the distinct monetization path for the virtual tabletop Siegel never materialized. So, what can you tell us what's happening with Hasbro?
Well, when I saw the article, I started to laugh because I've been following it for a while. All right, for those of you that don't understand, the new people in charge of Hasbro,
if you call them in charge,
no. All right, the new people in charge of Hasbro, when COVID started, they wanted to go in a different direction, right? The ceiling for D&D and people who play board games hit this unbelievable level, right? Because of COVID, because people were home, right? And so people were home, they were watching TV shows, and because of Stranger Things, and because of the other, what was it, the show that came out with Dungeons and Dragons in it, it'll come to me, right? But the point is that everyone's playing D&D, and so they got a taste of, like, these numbers that they never saw before. And so when COVID started coming out, going back down, the nonsense was over, right? They thought that, what happened, where all these people go, like, we could have had all these people. And so they were like, well, we have to be able to reach these people now that they're not in the house. So their idea was, we're going to go digital. And so their grand idea was, we're going to make D&D all digital. Like, legit, all digital. No books. Digital, you got to pay for it. We want people to play online through them, right? And charge you a fee, right? So you want me to pay a fee every month, and we got to pay for all the stuff. We got to pay for all the mapping. It's basically microtransactions to hell just to play a game, instead of just calling your friends over, and we're going to hang out at the house, drink some beers, and play, and play D&D, right? So they were trying to modernize it, right? We'll just say modernize, right? And because of the complete and total backlash of the low engagement because of people going back to work, and the fact that your core base of people who were there before everyone started playing, those people have been playing for decades. They like books. They hang out with each other. They know each other. They go to each other's weddings and funerals. Like, these are people who are friends and they know each other. They were trying to invent a group of people that did not exist. And once they disappeared, they shat on the people who remained, right? They wanted the people who remained to do all this stuff. Dance for me, puppet, right? They wanted all the old timers to do all this stuff. And they were like, no, we're not going to do that. So they had all these people that they hired. They did all this digital stuff. They did all these things. New manager comes in and they're like, none of this is working.
Yeah.
Can't sell anything. Nobody wants it.
90% of the business is done.
Fired everybody. Everybody they hired to do all the digital stuff, they're letting go because they don't have the numbers that they thought they had, because somebody in the office upstairs thought that COVID was going to go on forever. Right? That's your golden boy. Your golden boy said that COVID was going to last forever. We're going to grow the company tenfold. It's going to be amazing. And so now this is where we are. Firing everybody. Right? If we're not growing like this, bro.
Right.
If we're not growing like this, you're out.
Yeah, like, if you're growing like this, that's a failure. If you're growing like this, it's a failure. You got to be like a rocket going up. If you're not going up like a rocket, they're like, this is unsustainable. Well, yeah, it's unsustainable because you're throwing boatloads of cash. Yeah, it is sad.
Hasbro
is fucking up on this side. They're fucking up on the movie side. They're fucking up on the
their
toy side.
Their D&D movie was actually decent.
It was good. It was actually entertaining. Yes,
it was a good D&D movie. But they think that everyone's just going to jump into this digital pool. Like, I can guarantee you, nobody who was in the office thinking about these ideas ever played D&D in their life, right? They have no idea the community that the people who are hardcore been playing. Like, look up old-time D&D people. I know it's like looking up stuff in the library, guys. I know you don't want to look it up, but there are people who've been playing with the same people for fucking decades. One guy's got a fucking a campaign going on. The campaign's been going on for 30 fucking years, right? He's got people that even Joe Montana.
Montana.
No, not Montana. It's that's not Joe Montana. It's Montana.
Joe Montana.
No, Montana. It's he's a D&D nerd. He's got a table. He had a custom table put in his house that they had to use a fucking helicopter and a crane.
Oh, are you talking about the guy from True Blood?
Is he from True Blood? I don't remember where he's from.
The guy who's he played the werewolf guy. I forget his name.
There's a whole thing he did where he cut off the hand of one of the D&D characters. They're going to write a whole book series about him now. Like, he has guys coming inside his house that he knows forever. Yeah, Joe. His name's Joe. He's married to what's her face from Family Man.
It's the same guy I'm talking about. Yeah.
It's the same guy. I think it's Montana. I think is you pronounce his name Montana.
I forget his last name. I know who you're talking about though.
But point being is, there are people out there who you think would never play D&D, right? Just like I'll give you a good example. Like, people look at Henry Cavill. He's Superman. He's a decent actor. He was in plays, right? And then all of a sudden you find out he's a super fan of Warhammer 40K.
40K,
some people like
World of Warcraft, builds his own computers.
Right, some people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he doesn't want to tell everybody that kind of shit, but he learned that all the people who are nerds will follow him, and he's a real person. He's a real nerd, right? And then Joe comes out and says, I got this table made. I put it in my house. I need a helicopter and a crane. I got 30 people coming into my house that come in random. They play D&D. Like, people, Maglio, thank you, Krebsy. Appreciate it. Right? So the heart and soul of the community of D&D was being pissed on. And so they had to fire all the people, start over again. Maybe you should just, I don't know, make some good D&D products, make some apps and stuff that we want to use. But instead, they try to shoehorn everybody into their room where you have to pay us for everything. Everything you do, think, or do, everything you have to pay us for. It's like, well, we've been doing this long before. I'll buy a book and I have bought some dice. That's all I need. I don't need you or anybody else. Like, they don't understand how it works. That's how you know they never played the game, right? They think they needed to build an entire
Like,
house.
there's some nerds and there's some room they're playing things. How do we get more nerds to play the thing?
They thought that they needed to build a giant, like, basically it's like they wanted to build a football stadium for D&D. And everyone's like, we don't need a football stadium. We just play it in the backyard. We go to the backyard and play D&D. Like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. We're going to put Jumbotron screens. We're going to have dancing girls. Like, bro, we're playing D&D, bro. That's it. Right. And so now, fired. Whole division fired. Can't make toys. Can't hang on to can't hang on to the
TV shows. Can't make movie adaptations.
What are you guys doing? Right? What are you doing?
They're running to the bottom of the thing. Who's faster, WB or Hasbro? Right? Like that's what they're racing to the bottom of the barrel. Like I don't understand what's happening.
They want to succeed so badly, but they have no patience on the path to success. They want instantaneous gratification. They thought if they just followed the same kind of plan that these other guys did, they're going to make $1 billion. They have no idea of their community. They have no idea how to build anything from scratch. They don't understand it. All they were trying to do is collect MTX money, right? And fees. That's all they wanted. It's like you don't get it, right?
Instead of these companies.
How do you think, right? Even though it's not mainstream, right? Maybe it went a little bit more mainstream during Stranger Things, right? But how do you think something like Dungeons and Dragons has survived since 1979?
Yeah.
But doesn't have a big following. Like it doesn't have a big, well, it's just in the background someplace. Apparently somebody's fucking buying these books and playing. Otherwise, this country, the company would have went out of business a long fucking time ago, right? Maybe they're only making $100,000 a year, or maybe they're making $2 million a year, right? But they're profitable because it's just a guy writing books. Like that's all there is. It's just a guy writing stories in his head.
More of that.
Like, don't get it, man.
Instead of putting all the effort that they did, all they had to do was just keep doing what they're doing. But somebody came in and said, "Hey, man, I played Dungeons and Dragons one time, and I think you guys can amplify this by 100 times, right?" And they're like, "What do you do?" I just make money.
I will show you something. Keep talking.
All right, right? They think that these people that put in the last 3 years of their life to try to make digital stuff, if they just kept selling the same stuff, then they wouldn't have this issue to begin with, right? They would still have employees that they can make the new books, figurines, whatever. There's so many things they could do, and none of these companies understand, man. I don't understand how they don't understand. How to shit and lose your entire player base within a year, right? Kathleen Kennedy, Zasloff, and I don't even know who the lead is for Hasbro, okay? But is there a table of just assholes and idiots just sitting out there going
the super villains?
It's the super villains.
The super villains who are trying to destroy culture and replace it with a woke ideology. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Like, hey, hey, you bought that from them and you bought that from him. How do we destroy it in 7 years?
Hey, no orcs. It's racist. What the fuck are you talking about? No orcs. It's racist. Now all the orcs look like they're fruitcakes. Like, the fuck out of here, man. Right? Get the fuck out of here.
All the orcs are going to be very offended by this.
All right.
You know how many orcs watch this show, Sarge?
I'm going to age out. I'm going to age out myself. Only maybe one or two people in this whole chat room don't even know what the hell I'm about to show. Right? Right? I have this.
Holy shit.
Right? I have this. I got this when I was 7.
Yeah, look at the
7 or 8 years old. I made mom take me to the hobby shop and I bought this. Right? And then I got the blue box, which is the one after it. Like, now remember, there's hundreds, there's like 8 or 9 of these boxes. They do different colors, right? They were just advanced, how to get it more advanced into the game. That shit's like 40 years old, bro. Okay, 40 plus years old, still hanging out in the closet, right? I can't really sell it because it's like
sentimental.
It's like selling a piece of me, right?
Yeah, it's like sentimental.
They have no idea what they have and how to handle it, and if it goes to show you that the imaginative cognizance of the people who are in charge of these companies don't have an idea in their head at all. And the reason why you know this is because they buy IP that they think they can market rather than making up their own.
Yeah.
If you're a company that makes toys or books, you need to have idea people working for you. right? If you don't have idea people working for you, you don't have a product, and they don't have a product, right? Now, of course, the rules in the 80s happened where you can't make a TV show based on a toy anymore because that's manipulating the kids. Like, I understand the rules that happened in the past, right? That's why you don't a lot of times you don't get toys that are based off a TV show, because when we grew up, the TV show was the advertisement for the toy.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. But they passed laws to stop that, right? So now you have to make a toy based on something else, or you have to coincide it with a movie, and so it's a lot of money, right? To make a toy run, it's a lot of money. But once again, they do it just like I saw recently. You showed me the video. Some idiots are making the mask toys again.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we talked about
They
that
had them
last week.
the toy conference was a couple weeks ago. They had guys in the room. They had the 4 original mask toys from back in the day, the 4 original ones. It was Matt Tracker, Miles Mayhem.
Yeah, had the green motorcycle. I forget the green motorcycle's name.
He's the Asian guy. I don't remember his name.
Max something. It was Max.
I don't remember. He's an Asian dude. All right. Soho, something like that, or something. His name, Sue, and then the tractor trailer with the 2 guys in it. Like, and I looked at them. I watched that video closely. I looked at them, and the 2 things that they said to me, I was already pissed off. I looked at it. I'm like, oh, they're gonna bring it back. I'm looking at the toy. I'm like,
same molds.
It's exactly the same molds. They didn't even change the molds.
Yep.
But what they did do is take away the rubber tires and gave you plastic ones.
They gave you plastic tires.
Yeah. The tractor trailer is going to cost you $89.99 with no rubber tires. Here's a finger for you.
That's going to be terrible.
Decide where you want to put it.
Yeah, because that'd be terrible, because if you put it on any kind of slippery surface, that shit's going to it's going to be terrible.
Imagine bringing back toys from 40 years ago. Same mold. Don't improve the toy at all.
Same exact mold.
Same exact mold, and do nothing with it. Like, you guys are a joke. You're just a joke.
Yep.
Right? Do some LSD, get some good weed, because the weed now is strong as fuck. Go to the Grand Canyon, hang out with some of your friends, and come up with some fucking ideas, because you guys are broke.
Yep.
Broke.
All right. Speaking of people that have no ideas and just no competition in this space, right? No competition. They have EA sources are confident on the NFL license agreement here. So EA is confident that the extension of the license agreement between the company and the NFL will be reached at a partnership of Madden NFL and will continue for years to come. According to multiple sources with knowledge of the situation, for months now, negotiations between the league and the publisher regarding the NFL exclusive NFL license EA has held for 20 years have continued. The current deal is scheduled to end in 2026 in the NFL season, and the reason behind the confidence of the partnership returning are the current plans developed for the Madden NFL franchise. It says, quote, "We have things in the works that are 2 or 3 or 4 years away," one source said, "and there's lots of pipeline that also been heavily planned and designed, well underway. Putting those resources into something that also might be ending up wouldn't make financial sense." Let me tell you something. I will personally never buy another Madden football game ever. And until my son, until he's out of the house and he can choose his own things, he's not allowed to bring a Madden football and buy a Madden football to bring in this house in any way, shape, or form either. Because I hate that they have an exclusive for the last 20 years. Because of Madden with their 20-year exclusive bullshit, there's been no competition. There's been no football games.
Zero forward motion.
Nothing. It's been
Zero
the exact
improvement.
same bullshit every year, and they sell it back to you. This year we're putting back the cone of vision. This year we're doing the hit stick. We're doing the same bullshit over and over, and there's nothing in competition with it, right? Look at what's happening to Overwatch right now. Overwatch was in this 8-year cruising cycle. They're like, yeah, man, nothing's killing us. We're just sitting back collecting the checks. Yeah, bro. And then all of a sudden, Marvel Rivals comes out, and they're like, holy shit, what happened? Right? Something was in the road, and they hit it. They're like, oh my God, we got competition now. Okay? Madden has no competition. The best football game ever to be created is 2K. 2K back in 20 years ago when ESPN teamed up with them, okay, and they undercut them. Okay? They undercut Madden. They put themselves out of business to try to get into competition with them, and Madden was like, never again. We're locking down the NFL, and then they have an extension. They had a 10-year, then they extended it to 15 because they made certain sales, and then they hit it. Well, of course, you're the only one with the NFL brand. So, look, they haven't missed me. The last one I bought, I think, was 09, 10. It's been 15 years since I bought one, okay? And I will never buy one because of the scummy business. You pussies, let the license go. Let everyone make a football game, and then let's see if you make the best football game at that point. Remember how many baseball games there were back in the day? Remember how many football games there were back in the day? There was competition. Every fucking manager in football and baseball and hockey had a goddamn sports game. LaRusso, Tommy Lasorda, right? Ken Griffey Jr. Nope. MLB was like, MLB the show. That's it. You get like RBI every once in a while, right? You miss all the sports there. Football, now you have, was it Pro Max football out? Everything else is just, this is it, NFL. You got to get backyard football. You got to get something else football. You cannot get an NFL football. So whatever they have every single year, which is also dropping down because people are tired of the ultimate teams and everything else that they have. Okay, there's less and less people, but more. They're still making money because they just keep twisting the dial of what else can we get them to buy.
Yeah, the only way that this stops is you have to stop buying Madden completely. Honestly, you have to stop buying. That way, they can't pay the NFL the royalty fees, and then they lose the license. Right. That's the only way it works. But remember, I think
this is the same company that paid $600 to the college kids to put them in their NCAA football game.
But I think the FIFA money is so big that they can pay for that licensing, and they'll make that deal regardless.
Yeah,
it's never going to go. It's probably going to be there forever, right? Somebody else has to. There has to be some kind of court case that somebody has to win in order for this to stop.
We talked about the story last year when they went from FIFA to FC 25 because they didn't want to pay an additional $250,000 to the organization.
Yeah.
Even though they make $2 billion a year.
That's correct.
They didn't want to give an additional $250 to the thing that's making the game, right? Like if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have a game to make.
Right. You wouldn't have the cards to sell because you're using the players' names.
Right.
Correct.
So they went behind. They went behind the backs and did a coup behind the scenes to go against the FIFA and then go with the players and stuff like that behind their backs and the teams. Yep. And because they got a certain amount of teams, they went, oh, yeah, I'm on board. And now they have FC 25, so they couldn't have to pay for $250,000. Now, I guarantee you, them going behind someone's back and paying someone behind the scenes, we don't know what that money is, but they probably saved themselves like $25,000. Maybe it was only $225,000 instead of $250,000 after they went and did this, but they don't care because now they have that license for the next.
It's just sad. I hate this. Any kind of exclusive deal like this, I can't stand because it stifles competition. Your game doesn't improve.
Terrible. It's terrible for us.
Your game doesn't improve, and the people that just don't care because they want to play football, that's all they buy.
Every year I look forward to Angry Joe's review on Madden because every year he just rips it a new one because it's the same old shit, right? Why does Madden own the rights? Was he not the manager? Own the rights to what? He owns Madden, and
he's dead.
They bought it from him when he died.
Yeah, they bought it away from him before he died. They bought it from him, and then he died.
Yeah, and now Madden did the licensing deal with NFL, and the NFL's been with them for 20 years. And they had it was a 10-year deal, okay? And then because they hit the goal,
whatever the goal was,
they gave the extension to them to do 5 more. And then when they got to that 5, they said, well, you could do another 5 more. And that's what happened there.
Well, Paul, it didn't harm them because you have the addicts are there. The guys who want to play soccer are there. They don't care what the fuck it says. They just know it's the soccer game because there's no other soccer
The point
game.
is not if it harms them, Paul. The point is that they didn't want to give $250,000 to FIFA after making billions and billions of dollars off of them. Instead, they went behind their back and then talked to the teams in the FC, okay, to then make a separate deal so they didn't have to pay the $250,000 towards them.
Right,
that's the deal.
Yeah, that's it. They wanted to save money.
Yeah, they saved money. They could have saved $1 and they would be like, saved it.
Listen, we all know monopolies don't work this way, and if you have sell licensing, your game never improves. Just how it works. No competition means shitty games. You guys see what happens when games have competition. You saw it in Overwatch. You saw it in Rivals. You saw what happened now with The Sims. Right, The Sims got this new game coming out. Not the Sims.
Not the Sims. The competition.
This other competition coming out. Zoid.
Zoid. Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically gonna push Sims off a cliff. Right. SimCity got beat up. It almost seems like EA has people who are hunting for them. Right, and they have guys coming after them. Like The Sims got a competition. The SimCity got a competition. It's all EA games. I think it should be.
I like how Paul thinks
you don't improve your game
because FIFA's the bad guys. You think EA's the good guys. EA is not the good guys here as well. I don't care for shit if it's the Emperor and Darth Vader in the room. They're both bad.
Yeah, they're both
I don't
bad.
give a shit. The point is that they went behind the backs because they didn't want to pay the extra money. That's the
It's
part
just two-
of it.
it's basically
just to
two
get the
thieves.
exclusive rights.
Yeah, it's definitely just two thieves stealing from each other. Let's not pretend FIFA invades a country. They build a bunch of stadiums for their World Cup, and then they destroy the economy after they leave, and they just leave the stadiums up, and they just fall apart. Like, that's FIFA,
Right.
They're not some billionaire playboy group that does good for countries.
There is no far worse, right? One does not equate to the other. The deal that they have, okay, for Madden and for FIFA, or what was for FIFA, is the deal what it is. If you're talking about if they have slaves in a different country, I don't give a shit about any of that. We're
talking about video games.
Video games.
Yeah, the
and
topic is video games.
deals within the video game space.
And we're not talking about how bad
please
FIFA is.
save me a John Oliver speech of that when he went on with FIFA and how bad FIFA is. I don't give two shits. We're talking about video games and EA and what they do in business. The next thing, Sarge, is we're talking about Star Wars Bit Reactor Respawn Entertainment. Supposedly they're going to be showing next month in April. Okay. Next month they're showing a RTS. That's what it's been leaked that it's an RTS game coming out. We heard about this about 6 months ago. Okay. And now they're coming and showing. Are you excited? Are you excited about an RTS, Sarge? Star Wars game?
About what?
About Star Wars.
I didn't hear anything.
I said they're coming out with an RTS.
Great.
Oh, you heard me. You're saying you haven't heard.
Yeah.
No, they're coming out next month. They're showing the RTS. I'm asking
Great.
you, are you excited for an RTS Star Wars game?
Can't wait to see something. Can't wait to see what the rumors are all about. Right? It's like being catfished, bro. Like, after a while you don't care. You just wait. Like, you go to the bar, you get a drink, and you're hoping not to get catfished. That's basically what this is. I got my new hard drive. I got some new RAM. I'm all excited, right? I'll wait for the rumor, see what they're gonna talk about. It's gonna be an RTS, right? The last RTS game that people still play and mod the shit out of is Empire at War. Ground and space combat, awesome, amazing. Now, where do you go from there?
Look,
Where do you go from there?
Here's what I'll say. If they don't come out and say all eras inside this game, and it's only like a specific, like they're gonna pick like just the Clone Wars or something. You know what I mean?
No. It's got to be the big dick in the ass, bro. They're gonna pick only
7, 8, 9.
sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
The
first
RTS.
order.
It'll be KK's name will be on
my
the box.
God.
Yeah.
If it's just the first order and it's not the entire, like, what are we talking about?
No, those other ones will be there, but you have to pay for those. just like Total War, Total War does. You only get 4 factions, and you have to pay for the other factions if you want to play them. Same thing, right? This one will be an RTS. It'll be the new Star Wars things that no one gives a shit about, and they'll make you pay for the old ones. Watch.
It better be all errors, man. Look, I'm okay if the First Order and 7, 8, and 9 are in there, as long as the other ones are in there. But if it's just the new trilogy, oh my God, what a freaking L that would be.
I like the picture they show though, like to try to get people excited. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, Tom Henderson just picked a picture that's cool.
It's gonna be amazing. Look at it. It's gonna be amazing. It's Star Wars. What's wrong with you people? Like in the midst of the ruins that Star Wars is right now. It's like walking through a house that's been burnt to the ground, and you're just kicking around burnt plastic stuff, and you're looking at your house is destroyed, and then there's a little sign on the ground that says new game. Like in amongst this death and destruction, you think that this is going to bring it back? I'll wait. I'm eager. I'm like a little kid. I can't wait to see what you're going to tell me.
I'm cautiously optimistic about
El Nini, you can't be excited about it because it's an RTS, right? There he said RTS.
This is RTS. He says he's waiting for KOTOR.
We're all waiting for KOTOR.
Yeah. I'm very optimistic, I'm skeptical right now about what they're going to show. Now, Respawn has.
They said April, right? They said April.
They said they're going to show it in April. Yeah. So they're showing it in April. Doesn't mean it's coming out or anything this year.
No.
So they have a good track record, right? EA has a good track record with the Star Wars games. Okay, the Star Wars games, even though there was only 5 that came out.
People have to die in the streets and buildings have to be burned, but the game release goes well.
Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Survivor, Squadrons was probably the least, like the least favorite of all those. So now they're coming out with the RTS from Bit Reactor and Respawn.
Squadrons had the same flight mechanics as Wing Commander.
Right.
It's horrible.
It's not very good. It's not terrible, but I just thought it was funny that they ripped it out just to make a $40 game. Right?
Because they got numbers to meet, bro.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
they got numbers to meet.
We paid 10 years for the exclusive license for Star Wars, and we only made 5 games, so let's just get that other one out there. And that's what they did for Squadrons. All right. The Future Game Show, Sarge, came out this afternoon at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and it showed a bunch of stuff, right? It showed a bunch of stuff. My question before we even scroll down to this, right? So the conversation I want to have is, the title I had for this was, is AAA's in trouble? But I changed it to, who needs AAA? Okay. So as AAA titles are rising in cost and they take so long to make their game, right? It takes what used to take 2 to 3 years, then 3 to 5 years, then 5 to 7 years is now taken 5 to 10, 7 to 8, sometimes 10 years, like Skull and Bones, quadruple A game, right? So you see all these problems that come out with these AAA games. They have to be $70. People are rooting. The industry is rooting for GTA to come out to be $100 so they can raise the price to $100. They're charging microtransactions. They're charging battle passes and season passes, and they're any way they can double, triple, or quadruple dip. That's why they're called quadruple A games now, right? Because they got all these different things, right? It's how many assholes they have to try to get you into the market, right? To ecosystem. Then there's 19,000 games came out on PC last year. 19,000. Okay. Do we need AAA games, right? I mean, AAA games, looking at some of the games that we saw in the Future Game Show, we'll scroll down and look at a couple of them, right? Do we need AAA games to have the game industry survive at all?
All right, look. I'll say yes and no. The AAA game was needed because that was a development team's best foot forward to press forward the technology and the mechanics and set the bar for where other games should try to reach. That's what a AAA game was. We're going to show you the best work that we can do, right? They became too bloated. They don't have the staff. They don't have the talent. They don't have what it takes to charge for that much and get a game out within a decade. It's too much, right? So do we need it now? No. We don't need AAA games now. It's nice to have them because they're supposed to set a standard. But do we need them? There are plenty of other really talented studios that have come from the downfall of these AAA companies who are now making AA games that are way better than anything we've ever seen in the last 10 years. And I can't wait to see these games come out in the next couple months. I can't wait, right? Even the 8-bit game of Burning Rome multiplayer, it's like an 8-bit game just for shits and giggles, build a town with your friends type thing.
I actually like that one.
Imagine back in the day you played an 8-bit game. When you played an 8-bit game, you played the Zelda game or a Mario game. That's all you played. You didn't play any multiplayer games, but now you get to play an 8-bit game with your friends online. That's fucking badass, dude. It's just a game to just kind of hang out. There's multiple games like this, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
I saw a co-op VR game. That's incredible. Finally, they came out with a co-op VR game. That's great, right? Push the envelope a little bit. Let's see what you guys can do.
Where the hell? Oh, here it is. This is the
There were so many titles that I was excited about. I'm I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, this is the one I was trying to find. You can't see
for
that.
Shits and giggles. It's just fun.
Yeah, you can't hear it, but why won't it go full screen?
Well, I'm sorry. This would be 16-bit, not 8-bit, guys. I'm sorry. 16-bit, Super Nintendo era. That's what it looks like, but all jazzed up. It just looks cool, right? And there were quite a few titles that I was like, I don't care if it's on Game Pass or not. I think I might be buying some stuff this summer because they look good. They look good.
Yeah, this one was interesting, right? I actually said this, and Altern in the Discord was like, he's like, I thought you couldn't play 8-bit games. I said, no, I can't play 8-bit side scrollers.
16-bit.
Yeah, whatever. But I can't play. I can't
and
play.
Some of those side scroller games I thought looked badass too. There were quite a few games that were on that list. They did 50 games, man.
Yeah, 50 games. Actually, a little over 50 games. So they showed a couple of indie games. There was like 6 of them grouped up together. But there was a lot. Where's another one? I saw there was the neighborhood suburban warfare. That's interesting. It's different. It's
the neighbors game.
Yeah, it's
hilarious.
a PvP game. But at the same time, I don't know the crowd for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a flash in the pan type of game, I think, because of the competition that's out there.
It's just PvP.
Yeah, it's just another. But it's a nice.
It would be the same kind of game as
this game,
like a PvP versus like Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
remember how hard that game was? Anyone remember the game Zombies Ate My Neighbors? That game was hard.
This one right here was
hard
called
AF.
Into the Dead. This one right here, right? Into the Dead. This one seemed very interesting.
Good,
like brutal, right? I like the style. It's a little side scroller thing going on here, but it's like State of Decay a little bit. Like your character's permanent death. Like if you end up and make the wrong choice, you could end up in a wrong spot, and then that guy's dead.
Yeah,
right. I thought this was pretty cool. It'd be interesting if this was. I don't think this is co-op. This is just single player. But this is another game I thought was pretty interesting when they showed it. Was there a game that you remember off the top of your head, Sarge, that stuck out that could show up on the screen?
Bro, there were so many.
I know, but is there one that?
So many. There was another post-apocalyptic one that wasn't Atomic Fall, right? I think it was a Painkiller. There was another one. There was something else in there. There was a post-apocalyptic.
There's Section 13. There's.
Right? I'm all about the post-apocalyptic stuff. That one
Pioneer.
That's
I
it.
think that's the one you were talking about.
There was a side scroller where you were fighting like mythical creatures, right? It was a side scroller that looked really badass. It was almost the same kind of graphics as that last game you just showed.
Yeah, this looks interesting as well. A lot of horror games I saw. They do a lot of horror games. This is like a mixture of like Metro meets like Stalker meets Fallout meets, you know.
Yeah, but it's every once in a while it's just good to have a fun shooter.
Yeah.
A fun FPS. Like all these games are coming out, and remember, you got Doom coming. Like Doom's on its way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So Doom's gonna suck up a lot of time for a lot of people, especially if it's as good as it says it is. It looks good, right? But these look fun as hell.
Yeah, this looks good. Let me see another one.
That's
Chat, do you guys remember one that stuck out for you guys? I'll bring it up on stream.
Do you have the videos in a list? Just scroll through. I'll pick them out.
I do, but you can't. I can't.
You don't have to play them. They could just be still screens.
No. I know. Hold on. Let me stop sharing that one, and I'll bring up the other screen.
So many.
It's hard to share because I'm taking the Discord application. Let's see. Yeah, it's not showing up. Yeah, I guess I could do the entire screen, and I'll do no audio. Do the screen. Okay, so now if I do this, there you go. So you can see the list. All right, so let me scroll back up to the. If you're in our Discord, I put all the lists. If you don't want to watch the full show, there's a list right here in our Discord in the game trailer section. I posted every single one.
The 33 one is good.
Oh yeah, that's kind of Expedition 33.
One was good.
Yeah. One. There was
Animal,
one that
Animal Protocol looked bizarro world, bro.
Yeah, I'll bring this up.
It was a talking monkey. I got excited for 2 seconds. I was like, "Is it Beyond Good and Evil?" Like I got all crazy, and I was like, "He's like, no, it's some kind of crazy game with a talking monkey and a rat on a rifle." I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Right? This looks interesting. I'm not saying it's good at all, but it just looks interesting. It's different.
I didn't pay attention. I didn't know you were the monkey.
Yeah, you're the monkey.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I thought for a second that it was like Beyond Good and Evil. That's what they showed. But as soon as I saw the monkey, I'm like, oh my god, it's Beyond Good and Evil. It's finally coming out. I'm like, yeah, it's not coming
out. Yeah. So what do you get attacked here by? Like a mole, like a giant mole?
We don't know. Right, Planet of the Apes, another one. I'll turn right. I thought right, Planet of the Apes game, just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I saw this. I didn't realize you were the monkey. I wasn't paying attention because I was busy while I was just listening and watching, and I didn't realize you were a monkey.
Yeah, the monkey.
I saw the thing get attacked, and you're like run, 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 and that's the mouse
Jump
up
scare.
on a
Yeah,
and the mouse
rat,
is the one.
The rat super smart can talk to you or something.
Yeah, he's
like
talking to you,
he's a
saying
computer,
run,
but he's
run.
an actual animal.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of cool looking games here. We'll go back to.
There's so many. That was like what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It took a while. The protocol
Yeah,
one
it was
was
an hour and a
good.
half. It was an hour and a half.
Let me see. This is hilarious. That one I thought was stop right there. The ending of the greatest RPG of all time. Did you guys see the promo for that? The promotion for that game I thought was genius by these two kids, by the way that they're trying to promote it.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't like the graphics and stuff on it, but I did like the way
they don't say the name of the game. They just keep calling it the greatest.
It's the greatest.
The ending of the greatest RPG game of all time. That's the name of the game. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see. Savage Planet that's coming out.
Once Upon a Puppet. That looks interesting. Savage Planet looked decent.
That whole
the
promo was
4-player
just weird as
Dead
hell.
Ground. The 4-player Dead Ground with the dinosaur thing.
Yeah, that looked cool. Here, I'll play a little bit of that.
I'm all about Kingmakers. Right, I do a
Kingmakers. When they said co-op for Kingmakers, I was like, oh.
I do a game day once a month with my friends who play board games, and they call me the Kingmaker because I always start shit. I'm always trying to fuck somebody over during a game that we're playing, and this game's called Kingmakers. It's got my name written all over it.
Yeah, we'll show
right?
Kingmakers in a second.
You go back in time with modern day weapons to win the battle for 16th century England. And you're basically driving a Ford truck into a bunch of knights on horseback. It's hilarious, right? For shits and giggles, amazing.
This is just Jurassic Park, right? That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
but it's a survival game, 4-player.
Yeah, 4-player survival game. All right, so let's go back to you want to look at
bring on Kingmakers, baby. That's like the number one game in that list.
Kingmaker. This game.
Look at this.
I can't wait for this.
He did the Back to the Future thing with the burning tires into the middle of 16th century England. And the guys who are talking about it, they go, yeah, we just thought this is how they said it. They go, people always thought that if you were going to go back in time with modern day weapons, could you really change history? And they go, so we decided to make a game like that. Like that's
right.
That's basically what they did.
Right.
Like, and they said, we didn't want to go back. You didn't want to go back in time and fight like 5 guys, and you think you're going to save the world. You have to go back and fight the entire army. Like you go down
but
for
they're
a battle,
also not copy
all.
paste. They all think on their own. So
Yeah.
they all like go with the terrain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fully destructible environment. Look at this. Fully destructible environment.
This is gonna be a blast.
Come on, man. This is hilarious.
It's on PC first, then it's supposedly coming out to the consoles later.
I
but
doubt this will be for console. I doubt it.
I can see it on the PlayStation 5 and the
without
Xbox Series.
destructible environment and draw distance of a
it would be the draw distance wouldn't be very long, but
yeah. This is fucking hilarious, dude.
I gotta get a new computer.
He's got look at this.
Did you see when he took the cannon and shot the tank? The tank and shot the castle and the
he
castle.
Takes the M1 Abrams and he shoots the castle.
Yeah, it's so good.
This is hilarious. This is like Dead Rising, but on crack.
This would just be fun as how many guys you can go against with a pistol. You know what I mean? Like how many guys can you kill and survive a pistol? This is like Helm's Deep. You're up in the castle and you have to stop them from coming in. This is gonna be a blast.
Look at him driving. He drives through the house.
That's so
he's
good.
Just driving through the house.
The horse.
Look at the rendering effects. And they said, look at that. He's driving an M1 tank. Look, they said that they're using Unreal Engine 4 because it's more stable. That's what they said.
Yeah. They're doing Unreal Engine 4.
They said the destruction effects works better with Unreal Engine 4, so they stuck with Unreal Engine 4.
Look at that. Just boom. Just takes out that's so cool. So good. Yeah, this is definitely a purchase.
Well, I'm sure people are going to be overclocking that sumbitch all the time. We're going to see how that game runs. There's going to be definitely people who run that game for testing.
What was another one they had? There's a lot of co-op games. There was a lot of co-op games they showed.
I thought the VR co-op was
The
interesting.
VR co-op was good. Yeah.
Yeah, bring back the list because
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was up on the.
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Sorry.
yeah. Go back to where you were. Industrials. You know,
Hold on. I'm
shits
going
and
back.
giggles.
There's Kingmaker.
Kingmakers.
That's the VR one. That's the VR.
Yeah, the VR one. Right. That's a remake.
Yeah.
Of
Yep. System
right?
Shock. Yep.
System Shock 2. I
This one was interesting as well.
Chains of Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show a little bit of this one.
Is this? Oh, this is the other one. I'm trying to remember what the other one was.
I used to like games like this as well.
This looks like a more advanced XCOM.
Yeah. I like stuff like this as well. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. This is XCOM.
Well, it's turn-based squad turn-based game. Not a lot of people like that stuff, but have you noticed that a lot of the turn-based stuff has gotten a lot more interesting because it has real-time mechanics inside the turn-based game?
Yeah. And we'll get rid of that. All right. Next, we got Shelf Heroes.
Nick,
This is sort of like Hyperbox, Unreal Hyper Uncharged.
Yeah,
box,
more
whatever the fuck it
toys
was
fighting
called.
each other.
Toys,
Yep.
yeah. Hawthorne, this was interesting. This was
Kickstarter.
yeah, this is a Kickstarter. And
Passion
this is,
project. A bunch of AAA developers got together and made a game about
owls and animals.
endangered animals, or something that you create your own little ecosystem.
Yeah, I thought this was interesting. I like seeing. Look, I might not buy a game like this, but I do appreciate.
I
people,
appreciate it.
Yeah, going out and doing stuff like this.
When I saw
For
this
sure.
little thing about the little mouse running around in the rain, it made me think of Secret of Nim.
Oh yeah.
That would be a cool game.
So
With that
we got
animation?
this.
A game of Secret of Nim. Put that kind of animation.
Then we got
That's a dark movie for a Disney film.
Industrial 2. We already showed the Rome. South of Midnight's coming out soon.
South of Midnight.
We saw Pioneer.
Pioneer.
This one was interesting as well. Hell Clock.
Hell
This
Clock.
this right here was just. It reminded me of a Twisted Metal, but
Little bit.
modern. Yeah.
But what's up
modern.
with the clown craziness, dude?
It's like a game
You're
show.
gonna
but
have
like a
nightmares.
nightmare. Yeah, like a nightmare one.
Did you see that little? Did you see the little phone? That's the Fisher Price phone from back in the day. It has a demon
Yeah.
face on it. That's just gonna give me nightmares now, bro.
This one right here. This is. If you guys were watching the chat during the
All the
featured,
chat kept
featured game
saying
show,
was Bannerlord. They kept yelling
Yeah.
about Bannerlord.
The
That's all they were
entire
doing.
time they were yelling Bannerlord, Bannerlord, Bannerlord. And then when Bannerlord got shown, they were like, this fucking sucks. I was like, what are you talking about?
Mid.
Yeah. So they didn't really show much, but it's a ship battle. This is DLC, by the way. This is DLC. So Skull and Bones got some competition. All right. I'll give it to them. I wish they showed some gameplay from this, but I guess because it's DLC, I guess people know what it is. You know what I mean? Instead of the in-game type of stuff.
Some of that is gameplay though. Those are all the cinematic.
Yeah,
things.
in game,
Yeah.
captured in game, but it's not. I don't think it's actual gameplay. You know what I mean? So that's coming out soon, and it's coming out for all the systems. So we got that. We got
There's so many.
this.
dude.
This seemed very interesting. Like very, very. I don't know, like Castaway type of thing. Like you're a guy on a boat trying to find somebody, and you're just sailing, but you're out in the Arctic, type of stuff. Section 13. This seemed pretty interesting as well. There's a lot of games, man. 50 games. Let me fast forward a
Section
little
30.
bit so you can see.
Yeah. I think I might have stepped away from the computer when these came on. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what this
I'll
was.
display.
Which one was this one?
It's a co-op, and then I think it was co-op. But it's like a zombie horde type of thing, and you're in this.
Is
And
it
I think you can get overtaken, and then you become one of them. Or am I mixing up the game?
Yeah, no, I think you're mixing up the game.
No, I'm mixing up the game. The other game was the Post-it note one, where you're being attacked by the Post-it notes. Did you see that one? I forget what that one was called.
Post-it notes.
Yeah, it's like a zombie.
I stepped away for like 3 minutes. How many games did they show in 3 minutes?
Probably 2 or 3.
It does
This
look
is
like it might be a
twin
twin
shooter.
stick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a twin stick shooter. This looks good though. What was the Post-it one note called? Chat.
It's co-op, right? This looks fun. It's co-op.
Yeah. All right. The one with the Post-it note. I think I passed it already. I think it was up higher in the. I'll know when I see.
One was funny.
Where is it?
Is it Nick Bay?
It might be.
Firebreak? I don't think it was. Was it Firebreak?
No. I'll know because it has yellow markers on it when this one right here. Yeah, Firebreak. That's what it's called. Firebreak.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Firebreak. There you go.
Yeah, this looks crazy.
Yeah, so if you die here, your guy turns into one of the monsters or one of the guys. But I thought it was weird. I was like, oh, zombies are fighting zombies. But then they blow up into Post-it notes. And then like the Post-it notes are on the ground and you have to get the Post-it notes off them because if you get too many Post-it notes on you, then you turn into one of the guys. So you see Post-it notes.
Is that part of it?
Yeah. So they're flying around. See, the Post-it notes are flying all over the place and you have to break up the Post-it notes. You don't want the Post-it notes getting too overwhelming. Right? So you'll see people on him and then you see he's got to break down the Post-it notes. Right? You want them to disperse them. And see, and they stick to you as you run through them. And when you just get overwhelmed, then you get turned into the
that's an interesting mechanic.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty interesting. Right? So right here, one of the guys gets taken over. I don't know. There's little things like this that I'm not looking for a game I'm putting $1,000.
They're trying.
Yeah.
At least they're trying.
I don't want a game anymore that I'm putting hundreds and hundreds of hours into the game, right? I put a good 20, 30, 40 hours into a game. It all depends what the price is, okay? How much enjoyment you get out of it. But that's what I want, right? I know my is different than everybody else's. Look at that, the gun where you put it on the ground and it launches you up, right? So he's overtaken, right? So now they're beating him up, and then all of a sudden he kills it, and then he stands back up, and see? And now you're overtaken, and now you're the Post-it note. Like, you're a monster. Now, I don't know how that works mechanic-wise. If now you, the character, are the bad guy or not.
I didn't realize that part of it. I thought that was just a joke part, that the Post-it notes were sticking to him.
But I think it's funny. Like, the Post-it notes are flying around, but they stick to you.
A fun shooter.
Look at this. Big monster.
A Post-it note monster. A big game like that, first-person shooter, but multiplayer, fun. Just for fun.
Whatever.
Painkiller. Painkiller looks good.
Painkiller. So there's lots of games, man. There's
you
so
can't
many
say
games.
This is we haven't even gotten to Keighley Fest yet. These games are coming out in the next 2 to 4 months.
Right. These are coming out. These are coming out during the summer. Most of them.
Yeah, most of these games are coming out. So everyone's going to be busy. We're all going to be busy.
Some of them are already in early access right now or demos.
Yeah, a lot were in early access.
Yeah. I play. And I'm telling you, man, the more I see all this stuff, and the more the AAA games come out and they miss the mark, or they're overbloated, or they keep putting the microtransactions in it, you're gonna have games that don't have microtransactions in it. They just make a game, sell a game, and they're gonna rise to the top, and people are starting to play these.
This one reminds me because of the time frame there, or the art style reminds me of Heretic, the original Heretic from back in the day, first person shooter that came out. Heretic came out like I don't know when Doom came out,
right?
But it was more magical stuff instead of the demonic. But it was the same kind of game. That's what that reminds me of, like a more updated version of Heretic,
right? So lots of games. There's a lot of games there. There's 50 games that they showed. I think actually 54 games or 56 games they showed. So if you're in our Discord and you missed any of those, you can watch the whole show if you want, or you can go watch just the videos that you want to watch in game trailer section in our Discord.
A lot of those are going to be on Game Pass, right? South of Midnight's on Game Pass.
Yeah, some of them. I would say there's about four or five of those are going to be on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, down the road or whatnot. But a lot of those are PCs. A lot of them are PC games, just PC
Whatever,
games.
man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we'll see. All right. Before we get to like Q&A and whatnot, let's talk about Snow White. Snow White is out right now. There's a lot of drama going on with Snow White.
Debbie Downer?
So Snow White right now is sitting at a 46%. Okay. 46%. It's not getting good reviews from the mainstream.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Right. But now we'll see what the score happens with the popcorn meter for everybody else coming out. Now, I checked my local theater. It's not looking very good. Okay. I think at this time, when I looked, there was one person in the theater by me. Okay. Over by Disney, in the big Disney theater, it is packed. I see this movie, Sarge. Actually, I'll let you go first. How much money do you think this movie will make for Disney without knowing the budget or anything like that? Do you think it's going to have a good weekend, bad weekend, mediocre weekend? And at the end, within the month, what do you think it'll be sitting at?
I mean, it's Snow White, man. The controversy around it's just incredible. I'm probably going to say 150 million.
You think at the end of its run, it'll be at 150 million domestically or total?
Well, I don't know about the out of the country people. Snow White's more of an American.
So you're just saying
thing.
just domestically?
Maybe domestically 150 million, maybe.
At the end of its run. All right, just to put that in perspective, right? This is Captain America Brave New World is sitting at 187 million. So you think it's going to do worse than Brave New World?
I mean, it depends. I would say right away that if you're showing me this number, it'd have to be more than this, because when you see a Disney movie, you have to pay for the extra kid tickets, right?
Yeah, there's a kid factor. There is the kid factor.
So you have to add
there's the rating factor. It's PG.
So
I think it's PG.
So maybe 220, 225,
220 for the domestic.
Yeah.
So do you think it'll beat worldwide? Do you think it'll make over 400 million?
I don't think it'll go over 400 million. No.
This is done in theaters. This is not. I think this is the last weekend for Captain America. Then it's done. So 5 weeks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5, 6. So a month and a half, and it's done. I think Snow White is going to. Man, the drama is too much, right? So if it wasn't for the both actresses, one being on Team Palestine and one being on Team Israel, right? Like, I think it would do a lot better. Because there's super fans here that hate this person, and then super fans over here hate this person, and both of these people are like boycotting. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot going by. It's not even the stuff even before this, with her saying it was weird. It's weird.
She just needs to keep quiet.
Yeah,
she just needs to keep quiet.
Well, they've kept her quiet now. I think they've learned the lesson, but she kind of ruined this. The dwarfs not being in the thing, and then making CGI.
I'm not going to get involved in the whole racist, heightist, whatever kind of thing you want to talk about, but not hiring little people to be dwarves in a Disney movie, I think, is cruel, because they don't get a lot of acting jobs anyway.
That's what I said.
And that's not like something for them to.
Well, they came out and said they were upset because Peter Dinklage came out and said it's a stereotype, and what are you guys doing? It's 2024, 2023 when he said it.
Because Dinklage basically made it successful, then he pulled the rope ladder up behind him so he could be the only one.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys don't have to be taking these types of jobs. See, you could do whatever I'm doing. And they're like, we would like work, right? Like,
yeah, we would like to work.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think.
And by the way, they did that with Willy Wonka too. That's why they cloned the Indian guy 50,000 times, and they did it again with the other Willy Wonka, where they cloned the British actor,
Hugh Grant,
instead of hiring.
Yeah, Hugh Grant was the Oompa Loompa in the new Willy Wonka, right? I think this is estimated to get $53 million opening weekend. I think it makes less than that opening weekend, and I think it makes less
on the
than
weekend
Captain
right now.
America.
I can't wait to hear the nonsense from this. I can't wait.
I think it makes less than Captain America. Captain America sits right now at 391. I think by the end of this weekend, it might be at 400 million. I think this Snow White film, even with the kids coming to watch it, I think it comes in at like 350, 370 when it's all said and done, right? I just don't understand. First of all, I don't know why they have to keep making live action. Like Walt Disney was an animation studio.
They don't have the animators anymore.
No, I understand that. But talking about companies that don't know what they have, you know what I'm saying? Like we talked about Hasbro, we talked about Warner Brothers, we're talking like Walt Disney World literally started this entire thing by being an animator. And for some reason, they don't want to do animation. Why? Because they say, well, animation's hard and it's expensive. Meanwhile, they're spending $300 million on these movies and they're not making their money back. They have flop after flop after flop. And it just seems a little weird, especially this is where it started it all.
Weird.
This is where it started it all.
Weird.
Snow White was the first animated feature film in Disney, right? And yet they want to change it, and that to me is just so weird. Not knowing your consumers, not knowing what you have.
She's not waiting for a prince to come and save her, bro. She's running companies and being a boss bitch. It's fucking Snow White, bro. Get with the program.
Well, speaking of Hollywood, and we're going to move on here to the next one, Split Fiction, the game that we started the conversation with at the beginning of the show. Okay, right here, this just came out. That Split Fiction movie is in the works. Bidding War begins for rights to adapt the hit video game exclusive.
Now that's how you know the game is good.
Yeah,
that's how you know the game is good. They're trying to make a movie about it.
Yesterday you said, hey, this could be a movie. Can you see this being a movie? I said, yeah, I can see it being a movie. I said, but it's better if it's in the video game form because you're controlling the characters. But 100%, this is like an just off the top of my head, I see like a Last Action Hero type of vibe, right? Like cheesy, but at the same time, fun.
I don't know if they're gonna make it cheesy.
No, but it's a fun action movie. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's a fun action movie. I hope they do it right. Right. So right here it says that the film adaptation of Split Fiction, the hot new co-op game from Take-Two developer Hazelight Studios, sources at the Game Developer Conference at GDC in San Francisco have confirmed that the media company Story Kitchen, led by the team of Shepherd It Takes Two into a film project now set up at Amazon, is putting together a film cast, writers, directors into a package, offers the rights, and keeps coming from the multiple top Hollywood studios.
Well, let's see if Amazon does a decent job.
Yeah, so
it's not going to be in the theater. It's going to be a Netflix thing. Or
well, no, it's not. They're bidding now. They're not. Amazon doesn't own the rights to Split Fiction yet. Okay, so let's see. Split Fiction was first announced at 2024 Game Awards. Yeah, so right now, It Takes Two were snapped up by Amazon. So his last game was being turned into a movie as well, right? So that got picked up by Amazon. So now, does Amazon pick up this Split Fiction, or is it now going to be a bidding war? Let me tell you, man, I hope Joseph just rings this whole thing in. Like, he's a good guy. You know, he's raw. He's exciting. He knows what he's doing. Makes good games. And now, hopefully, it won't be like Randy Pitchford, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, give this guy
lose his mind.
He's very creative. Fucking let him direct it. You know what I mean? If he has time, obviously, right? Let him direct these movies. But this is cool. This is cool to see that this is getting
they got offered it, Paul. He didn't offer them. They offered him.
Running out and making a movie overnight is silly. Well, they want to. Okay, so how Hollywood works, Paul, is that Hollywood loves to sit on scripts and ideas, right? Because remember, no one has an original idea. Hollywood writers can't come up with their own stuff. And as we said, see, all my shows, if you guys pay attention, have this like connecting circle. Okay, we started with Split Fiction. We're almost ending with Split Fiction. We got one more thing to show. Okay, but Hollywood loves to pick up IPs that they know that's successful. This is successful in the video game space, and they want to lock it in now. They might sit on it for 3, 4, 5 years before it even gets made, but they have to do bidding wars because if someone comes along and takes the rights, then they're screwed. Okay, so it's not silly because his last game got offered by Amazon. So if that's being made into a show or a movie, then the next thing, right? It's all about what have you done for me lately in Hollywood, okay? And if something's hot, then everybody wants it, and you got to strike while the iron's hot. So as a developer, as the creator of the thing, it would be smart of him to sell the rights to somebody so he gets money off of that, and then he makes money on the back end. But they'll sit on this for 2, 3, maybe 4 years before they make the next one, for sure. So, all right, the last thing, Sarge, I don't know if you've seen this. Oh. All right, let me I got to
We
take
got
this
sound.
down.
We got sound for this one.
Yeah, I got sound because you're going to watch this. I've seen it. This is the new Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Stop.
Yep.
You're trolling me now, right?
No, this is Happy Gilmore 2. Why is this not? I don't know why it's not going into full screen. It's weird. It's weird. Okay. So this is Happy Gilmore 2 official trailer. After the fact, I'm going to have to cut this off at the end of the show. I'm going to cut it out. So if you're watching it here live with us, you get to watch the trailer. If after the fact, this will have to be taken out because they will copyright claim me for showing this, right? So here we go.
Arnold, Jacko, Tiger, SpongeBob? What is that? What's with the beaver teeth? I haven't swung a club in years. I'm a little intimidated. All these guys hit it big now. I don't know where to start.
Come on, brother. Grip it and rip it.
John
Guess I
Daly.
need to update my happy place to something a little more age appropriate.
Why is he still wearing the jersey?
Can I just say, I'm going
Why
to
is he
pause it
still
for
wearing the jersey?
I think this is how he dresses.
Like a 10-year-old boy?
Yeah, I think Jack Black didn't get changed either for his movie. I think Adam Sandler doesn't change. I think he just
It's
showed
so
up to set with
ridiculous,
whatever
bro.
he's wearing. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get hit by this.
Mr. Gilmore? Holy
Bring the whole cast back.
We're not done with golf. Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Let's go.
I was weird that this gets a sequel.
We'll put a little extra into this one. I am so sorry.
I mean, he's got the Netflix deal, so it makes sense. If this comes to theater, I don't think it does very well.
It's not going to come to the theater. Come on, bro.
No, this is just on Netflix. It's only on Netflix. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad.
Come on, bro.
Can you
Happy
imagine? It's been
Gilmore
29 years.
Bro, stop it.
29 years.
Did your brain melt in the last nickel? Right?
No, I'm just saying
It's
it doesn't
Happy
look bad.
Gilmore, bro. You can't make a sequel 30 years later. Stop. Stop it. What's the matter with you?
Look, I agree
thought
with
you.
you.
Were trolling me, bro.
No,
Honestly, I
agree.
thought you were trolling.
Look. This is why it's going straight to video. This is Netflix, right? It's going straight to Netflix. Yeah, it's only on Netflix, Eric. Right? Adam Sandler, all his movies that he has are on Netflix. He's got some pretty good ones that have come out. He was a basketball coach or scout. I forget what that movie was called. He's been a gambler. There's one where he's a watch guy or whatever.
So basically, it's all him. He plays himself.
Yeah, he plays himself, and
Yeah.
but he's got some dramatic roles that he plays. But anyway, he's got this huge deal with
Click.
Netflix.
Click was very dramatic.
Yeah, he's
Very
got
sad, very sad movie.
huge
range.
huge. No, he's got a huge deal with Netflix. So he'll just keep pumping out his old movies. I'm sure Billy Madison 2 is in the works. He has to go back to school, and he's like 60 now.
It's so ridiculous, man. So ridiculous.
Actually, if you think they would ever make a Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, do you think someone would do that one?
I think someone will definitely take the script for that and redo it.
Who do you think would do it? It's got to be an old actor. Who do you think does it?
It has to be somebody who's
It's got to be some good comedian.
Well, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's got to be an
far as-
old good comedian.
Well, it has to be someone that maybe doesn't have the same shtick lines as like what Rodney did, but can be a good enough comedian where he can ad lib. So you give me some time on this one. By next week, I'll have a good one. Because there's a lot of guys who are old now that could do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. It's on Netflix, right? Look, like I said, for games that come to Game Pass, I'll try it. You know why? It's on Game Pass. I'll watch it. It's on Netflix. It's no skin off my back. A new Big, right? A new Big. Mr. Deeds. He could do another Mr. Deeds. He's gonna go through his Rolodex. Oh, what's that other movie I made? Right. That's what he's gonna do. He'll do. What's the other one with all his friends?
Grown-ups.
Grown-ups. Yeah. He made Grown-ups 2, right? He made Grown-ups 2. He'll do Grown-ups 3. He'll do Grandpas or something like that. That's what it's gonna be.
So
instead of Grown-ups, it'll be Grandpas.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Listen, like I said, Netflix will sleep with anybody.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Netflix is a hardworking girl. She will sleep with whoever. She's got to make.
All right,
money.
chat. If you have a question, go ahead and start putting your questions in chat. We'll be doing the Q&A. It could be anything. We don't have to answer your question if it's a stupid question, but you can.
There are
you
no
can submit
stupid
a
questions.
question. Yeah, there's no stupid questions unless I decide
there's
that
only
it's stupid enough
people.
to. Yeah,
There's only stupid people.
yeah, grandpas. Yeah. So I don't know. I
Titanic. Yeah.
Titanic 2. What happened to after
You know
the
who
door?
I think could do it? You know who I think I could do it? I thought of somebody who's decent now. I think you could remake Back to School.
Okay.
With Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh.
He's very animated. Make his hair gray. You can make his hair gray. He could be a millionaire with a shitty wife.
Would it be a remake, or would it be a newer version? And what I mean by that is he's not playing Rodney Dangerfield.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It'd have to be a newer version.
It's a newer version. He's playing.
I think Sebastian Maniscalco's got the chops, and he's more animated. He could do it.
Because that'd be weird if he's playing.
Did you watch his show on? I think is it Netflix or is it? No, it's
probably
on,
Netflix.
HBO Max. It's called Bookie or
Oh no, it's a show or it's a stand-up act.
It's a show.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Titanic 2 happened a couple years ago. Shut up. No, it didn't. By James Cameron. James Cameron made Titanic 2. Or is this a porno that you watched, Akuta Papa?
I mean,
it's called Titanic. Is that what it was? It was Titanic. Titanic. It's a big iceberg, and she goes down. It's a porno.
She goes down in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Titanic. It's a story about Titanic. A girl goes down in 15 minutes. Yeah. Or was it? It's however fast the Titanic went down. It went down like in 20 minutes. I think it was 25 minutes.
Straight to Netflix. When does the Minecraft movie come out? April, right? It comes out in April. It's coming out soon. All right, I'm gonna put the. We're gonna go to Q&A, and then when we come back, we'll have the banner up there a little bit longer, and then we'll start taking questions. Here we go. All right. We'll keep this.
Is it wrong that I'm excited about games I haven't seen at all in the summer now? I got some games I want to play. It's
what,
fun.
From watching the show today?
Yeah, from that show. Before the thing even came out.
I thought the show itself was actually really good. It was just trailer after trailer after trailer, gameplay, most of the gameplay on almost all the things they showed. Okay. And then after the show, they started doing interviews with the devs and going more in depth with the stuff. Yeah. Right? That's the way it should be. Don't bring up a person on stage and be like, I just want to thank everybody. Right? I don't want that. Just show me games.
I mean, just Paul, you can cancel it. You just don't see it. Like, I can't look at Jack Black as Steve. My 10-year-old nephew is like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like,
he's
my nephew even says, what is this? He's just a fat guy.
Yeah, he's not
They
excited.
sold the figure of the fat guy. We showed the toy a couple weeks back. The toy is just a fat guy. Like, who wants a fat guy toy?
Oh, no, it's not too late to cancel the Minecraft movie. Just don't go see it. It'll get canceled. Yeah, my son has no interest in it. Think about that. That is the clientele.
He loves Minecraft.
He lives
Minecraft.
And he does not want to go see it. He this year's been rough. Like the last 9 months or whatever when they first showed that. and then Microsoft Flight Sim came out, and then like something else happened. Like
Microsoft Flight Sim hurt him.
10 years, man. 10-year-old. He hit 10 years old, and he's been getting in the grind. He's like, oh, what's happening? Why are they doing this, Dad? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
At least he made it to 10.
Yeah, sure, I guess. Small victory. Small victory. All right, we got 16 questions. 15 of them are from Krebsy. All right, let's go to the question number 1. It's from Mo. He says, "Are y'all scheduled for It Takes Two after Split Fiction, the greatest co-op game ever?" I mean, we're not booked. We're living in the now. We're living in the now.
Did we miss it? That was before.
Yeah, it came out like 3 years ago. Yeah, 2-3 years ago. Yeah, we were gonna play it, but then something else. We started playing other things. We always play other things. So I always wanted to look into it. So I'll say it'll be in the list, but I don't know if it'll be on. We might want to be co-opt out for a second. You know what I mean? Who knows? You up for that, Sarge? You want to play the other game? We played No Way Out or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I like that too.
But they've improved greatly since then.
Oh yeah, but it was still a cool,
still a good game.
Yeah, definitely not.
But
what
most
these games
said
are.
It Takes Two is better than Split Fiction.
Okay.
Right? Is Mo saying that It Takes Two is a really good game? Right?
Yeah. Well, one game of the year. Altered says, if you could be an owner, CEO of Star Wars, Hasbro, WB, you can only choose to be one of those. Which one?
Star
would you choose?
Star Wars is not by itself, though. I thought Star Wars is under Hasbro, like the toys, right? You're
talking
about
he's talking about just company, Lucasfilm. He should have said Lucasfilm, Hasbro, or WB. Yeah.
I would take Lucasfilm.
I would also take Lucasfilm.
I'll fix Star Wars in 2 years. I'll fix it.
Yeah, I would also take Lucasfilm.
I know exactly who I would call as far as writers. I know exactly who I would call for casting. I'd fix it in 2 years. They won't take my calls right away. Like, some guy named Sgt Mclusky wants to talk to you about rehashing the Star Wars IP. Like, who? I have to get like a following, an entourage behind me before they would take my phone call.
Robert, I don't see yours. Just put it in chat. I'll pick it up.
I mean,
I don't.
If you're talking about, like, if the question means like realistically, like if I had the opportunity, not like in a fantasy world, realistically, I could fix Hasbro. As a dude who could fix a toy company, I could do Hasbro. If it's a fantasy world where they're going to actually believe me and listen to what I have to say, Lucasfilm, I'll do it. But as a real, I think I could do Hasbro. I
would like to do. I mean, I used to work in the movie industry. I would love to take the deal to work on the movies of Star Wars and help that come back.
WB, bro, you could fix all the superhero.
I don't want WB. I'm more passionate about Star Wars. Way more passionate about Star Wars. WB can go to the wayside. That's another thing, right? I'm a little concerned. I said this when we saw the trailer for Superman. I'm concerned with it, man. I don't think it's yeah. I think it should be a standalone film. It should be a standalone film.
Do you know what concerned me most about that trailer? There was no dialogue at all. Well,
yeah, except one.
Zero
Take
dialogue.
Me home, Crypto.
Zero dialogue.
That's because there's rumors going around that there's turmoil happening within the thing, and the first cut.
Say it isn't so, bro.
The first cut of Superman didn't show very well.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Did they make Superman gay, or
no? I don't think it's anything of that.
They make fun of Krypton for 45 minutes. How racist Krypton was before Superman got here, and how Superman's a racist. Is that how it was? Like, I can only imagine how you fuck up Superman. I can only imagine.
All right. Is that your question right there, Jones? The what age one? Okay. All right. Next one. Next one is Altern says, after seeing a lot of reviews of AC Shadows, would you refund it because you can no longer destroy the shrines and the temples? So me and you joked, Altern. Like, can you imagine you're playing the game, you bought it, but now they put a patch in, you can't destroy the shrines, and now you're like, I want a refund. What does that say about you? You're like,
it says you're a destructive racist prick.
Yeah, right. You're like, oh, but I really wanted to destroy the shrines. Why are you returning this? I can't destroy the shrines. Be like, oh boy, all
I
right.
can't desecrate somebody's dead family shrine. Yeah.
I mean, I would not. I would be the person that didn't return it because now I'm like, well, if I return it, they might think I'm returning it because of the shrines. I'd be like, nah, just keep it. But I wouldn't be that person because I wouldn't buy an Assassin's Creed. I would just pay the $18 for the month to try it out. And if I didn't like it, I'd go play some of the other games that are on the Ubisoft Plus for the month.
Yeah,
right?
you made sure that you canceled your subscription, right?
I-
They haven't been charging you every month.
I
since Outlaws,
bought
right?
it and canceled the same day.
Can you do that? Do they
Yes.
let you do that? Oh, that's good.
Yes, you
Okay.
buy it and you have it for the month. You cancel it, and then it just runs out on that same day a month from then.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you think this is my first rodeo? You never let it. Oh, I'll just get it later. You'll never get it later. You'll forget about it. You'll get a bill in the mail. You're like, why do I owe $280? Well, I don't understand. Yeah, never leave a credit card on file. All right, next one. Paul says, what would you do if you owned Tesla? Well,
Oh, I got mine. You can go
all
first.
right, go ahead. You go first.
That's easy. I would hook up my car battery to the exact outer shell of my Tesla and put a sign on it that says "Do not touch."
Mm.
And then if they do touch it,
Electrocution, yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
Bye
Faulty wiring.
bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
I would, well, they all have cameras. So, that, first of all, if I owned a Tesla and
What idiots.
and you're,
Car's got 9 cameras.
like, of all the cars you could vandalize,
Yeah.
you're vandalizing cars that have cameras all around it.
Why don't you vandalize like a Kia? Why are you vandalizing a car that's got 9 cameras on it? You're a moron.
I mean, it's pretty fucking stupid, right?
You're
then
you're
again-
a moron.
Yeah, those people are fucking stupid. So,
Yeah, we basically have little terrorists running around that aren't going to go to jail. So you have to punish them other ways.
well, you know what's funny? I saw the big posters they put up on the Tesla dealerships, and I'm like, you had to print that somewhere, right? You went to some sort of sign shop, right? And it would be very easy to find out where they printed it out because it's a giant fucking poster of him doing the salute that
You have
he had,
to.
right?
I don't want to go too far on this, but you have to think how shallow-minded somebody is. That 5 years ago,
loved him.
Elon Musk was the savior of green.
Loved him.
He's like he's going to save us from all the oil and stuff. He's going to be all green cars, green trucking. Like everyone loved him, and because of some kind of nonsense that's going on now, because someone took their toys away, now you hate the same guy that was going to save the world.
Yeah,
like
Monday you loved him, Tuesday you hated
like
him.
if you don't know the person, then you're just hating because someone told you to hate someone. That's great, but to destroy other people's cars because you hate a guy that did nothing to you personally, like to me is like just mentally retarded. There's something wrong with you. You need to get yourself checked out.
Yeah,
Right. You need to get yourself checked out.
Anybody that vandalizes anything, you're
You go to
a
jail.
criminal at that point.
Right,
Yeah,
you're a
a criminal at that
criminal.
point. So you should go to jail. You should also get sued. And if you can't afford it, then you would lose whatever you had, all because you wanted to do something idiotic, like because you couldn't keep your emotions inside and you vandalized someone else's
Right.
property.
But
If someone did that to them, then they would get pissed, right? What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. They're okay doing that to somebody else, but they would be pissed off if someone did that to their stuff. So I don't know. That's just there. All right. Next one. It says, any desire to go back to It Takes Two after completing Split Fiction? Cody
Sure.
says. Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
We
yeah.
pair that over with Moe's. I play it. I would try it.
Okay. Altern says, do you think that there might be a game other than possibility of GTA 6 and big maybe that can also dethrone Split Fiction from Game of the Year? I'll be honest. I truly, I think that nothing's going to beat Split Fiction. I think it's a game that's just super. I don't want to say super. It's original. Like, I don't know about the story being original because I haven't finished the story yet, but just the way everything happens in the game, it's super original. Like the boss fight goes from 2D to 3D to top down to like there's so many different mechanics that happen in one boss fight. It's just even yesterday when we were playing and he died and I went too far ahead. Like them just thinking, okay, what happens if they get separated and he falls back? How do we get them across? All right, well, let's put the targets on the back of the thing so they don't have this problem.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they have to go back to the checkpoint.
Game design is a big thing in that game.
Yeah, they designed it and they thought about it through and through. Be like, hey, what happens if this? We had one glitch happen yesterday when we were doing a boss fight. It didn't trigger the hairballs that was coming out of the boss, and we were like, what's happening? We were questioning it, and then Mo was like, reloaded the checkpoint, and then it fixed it, and then we were good. That was the first thing we had happen to us, and we played, what, 8 hours total?
It's hard to say because we haven't seen the rest of the games come out this year, but that's I'll say this: there's no such thing as a perfect game, but I would give that game a 9.8.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect.
Because
I would never give it perfect
because it's done in a way that shows that the development teams can use passion and imaginative just ideas of the game, and it's just fun. It's meant to be fun and played with a friend. It's not trying to be anything else but the game.
Right. Yeah.
It's just
Next
done
question.
well.
Krebsy says, got Snow White predictions. Let's get predictions for Minecraft movie. Unfortunately,
It has the little kid effect, right?
I think Minecraft is going to make a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Because they just hear Minecraft, and the parents that don't know about what Minecraft
We got
is,
to
like,
go
my
see
son
it.
likes Minecraft. We got to go see it.
We got to go see it.
Take the neighbor's kids, take this other kids. It's going to make
When's it come out?
650, 700 soon in April.
All right, so let's put a number in. bring out the big book of bull. I'll put the number in.
All right, hold on. I have to mark the big book of bull.
We'll put it in Discord.
All right, hold on. Big book of bull. Where is it? Do I not have the big? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay. What do you want to put in the big book of bull, Sarge?
Yeah, 575
575. That's your total or domestic?
total. 575 million
For the entire run?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go way above that.
You think it's going to be bigger than that?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to hit $1 billion.
You think Minecraft's going to hit $1 billion? Put that shit down, bro.
Yeah. I think it's going to
575.
hit. I think it's going to hit somewhere between 950 million and 1.1 billion.
I'm ready to lose on this one. That's okay.
Yeah. That's what I think is going to happen with Minecraft. I don't want this Minecraft to hit that, and I hope I'm 100% wrong. But I think Minecraft, because of what it is, I think there's a lot more people that will go see it than my son that doesn't want to see it.
Yeah, he says with a B. I'll turn with a B.
Yeah, with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
575.
Yeah, $1 billion for Minecraft. Yeah. It'll be the Mario film of this year. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid of it, but I'll stick with my guns. Because I don't think anybody else I'm not sure if it's worldwide. Is it worldwide acceptance? I don't know if it's got worldwide acceptance.
I don't know, but it's one of the largest games on the planet Earth. It's got 358 million people that play it monthly. Okay, like it's ridiculous. So,
well, all we need is some bad publicity about Jack Black. We'll see.
Yep. No one's saying shit about nothing right now. Everyone's just staying quiet. The worst part about Minecraft is Jack Black. Right? That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Well,
that's the only drama that's happening right now.
And Jason Momoa is a fruitcake. Yeah. And
yeah. That's the only stuff that's happening with Minecraft right now. Everyone's staying completely quiet.
Yeah, no one's saying a word. Nobody's saying nothing.
$150 million budget. Yeah, they'll make their money back. There's no doubt that it'll make its money back. So I think domestically it's going to make $400 million, $450. Yeah, it'll make its money back. God, it's going to suck, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, next question. Do you think Hasbro should give another studio access to Baldur's Gate after the success of Larian had? I mean, it's hard to follow something that's that good.
I'm not sure.
No matter who you give it to, they have big shoes to fill. What Baldur's Gate 3 was done by Larian Studios.
I'm not sure Hasbro wants to let go of it. That's all they got. That's the only thing that's successful in that they worked with, right? And the only thing that Hasbro did was allow them to use the D&D license. That's basically it. They didn't do anything to help with any other way. I mean, I would love, and I know this is asking for a lot, right? But the storylines that are inside Baldur's Gate 3, I would love to see them make a movie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like a top rated crazy movie like a Mission Impossible type of thing. But I think it would be like a movie like from back in the day, like one of those fantasy movies like Dark Crystal or Never Ending Story, like done like a fantasy movie, right? I would love to see that.
Next one. Thoughts on hats and chat not liking them. Thoughts on hats and chat not liking them.
What?
Oh, my ball cap that I was wearing the other day when I was playing. Is that what you're talking about?
The trucker hat? You're talking about?
Yeah, no, I was just wearing a baseball cap, and it was like, what? Why are you wearing a hat?
I
like,
told you, people freak out, man.
I was like,
People
it's
freak out.
just a hat. Is that what you're talking about, or is this something else, Krebsy?
I don't like change.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
I'm wearing a baseball hat, man. Relax.
just-
I don't like change.
Right? I didn't shave my beard off. I just put a hat on. It's like, who's that streaming? Where's Mike? What have you done with him? It's like I just put a hat on. That's all. All right. Next question. Next question is: do you agree with recent articles saying that Helldivers would make a good RTS StarCraft game, and that it would also look like to see done on RTS game? See, I didn't read that article. When I saw the StarCraft, I didn't know if they were talking about StarCraft becoming a Helldivers. So that article was talking about Helldivers becoming like a StarCraft game. I don't want to say that's a bad idea. I think, look, if Minecraft can go from an open world game to a RPG, action RPG, I don't want to say that Helldivers couldn't become an RTS. I could see Helldivers becoming an RTS and branching off from what Helldivers is. Like, you still have Helldivers 2, but now you're branching off into a separate category where people might be interested, but they don't like that type of game. I would be okay with an RTS from Helldivers.
No,
What about you, Sarge?
I think it should be set in their universe and be like a Battlefield game or a COD game, not an RTS.
Well, the question is the RTS, if it's an RTS game?
No, it should not be an RTS game.
Okay.
No, it doesn't fit what it is. It loses most of its fun and identity from becoming an RTS game. Because how many times are you going to hear that guy say those words when you click it on the mouse and click on the guy? I'd freak out after like the first hour and a half.
All right, next question. Do you think Saber Interactive model of having multiple $80 million budget games in development is the future, especially after Split Fiction, Astrobot, Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of goes into what we were talking about, right? I think AA games are what the gaming industry needs, right? I don't think there needs to be a gaming crash. I think there needs to be a gaming kind of reset, right? Like, we came from AA games from the old days, right? Indie games, AA games, and then they made it into a AAA, right? Just like they're trying to make it into 4 quadruple A games.
Yeah, that's a lie, by the way. There's no such thing as a quadruple A game.
Yeah, it's just more budget.
Skull and Bones is not a quadruple A game. Sorry.
Skull and Bones is barely a game, let alone a quadruple A game.
Yeah. So let's just remove.
Yeah, so I think the budgets, I think games start going down. I think that they start using smaller studios, bring back the time frame of 2 to 3 years to make a game instead of the. I've been saying this for years. For the type of games that Xbox brings into Game Pass, bringing the score around the low 80s to mid 80s, and they spend maybe what you're saying, like maybe between 50 million and 150 million, is much better than spending 250, 315 million to get a 90. You know what I mean? So they're lowering the cost of games and putting that type of games on there, and that would make them more profitable. So I do think that this industry is going more back to what you're saying. Next one. What do you think of the next next setting for Assassin's Creed, and how many years should Ubisoft wait for the next game?
If they still exist. If they still exist, they should do one about Atlantis. This way they can't make fun of anybody. They should do one about the lost city of Atlantis, and that way they don't have to worry about stepping on anybody's toes at all.
I'm trying to think of,
or better yet, the moon.
Do you?
Assassin's Creed: The Moon.
Didn't they have? And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Didn't they have one set in the Civil War time, or was that right? Was there one? There was one in America, right? And it was set during the Civil War time, or am I imagining that? Again, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed in quite some time. I think if they haven't, they could do something along the lines of that, maybe like early America, which I think they did, but maybe a different part. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. No, it was Revolutionary War. There you go. All right, so maybe they do the Civil War at that point. Maybe they can. Here you go. Maybe you can be not historically accurate, but maybe you become the guy who assassinates Lincoln in the theater. But in that story, like you are the guy who eliminates Lincoln in the theater. I don't know, something like that. Maybe that's what they could do. Who knows? Next question is, what do you think the next... Oh, already got that one. Next question is... Did I fuck that up? Okay. Next one is, did you see that the day before devs are suing a website for calling their game a scam? But it was a scam. It's going to be a short case. It's going to be a short case. A lot of people said it was a scam. Why are they going after the one website?
Because they need money. That's
yeah,
why.
but why are they going after that one website and not doing a massive defamation
Because
suit?
that's the one they know they can get money from. That's how that works.
I guess.
When you're specifically targeting specific, so you get money. They're looking for money, bro. They've been looking for money ever since they talked about their shit ass game. They've been looking for money.
I guess,
remember they wanted volunteers.
Yeah, free guys
right?
to make the game, basically. Yeah, volunteers to make the game. They make what would you say here? They would make a game about a guy who murdered an American president, make fun of American. Who the fuck cares? Am I right? Well, I don't think anyone would be upset if they you're still being the guy who killed Lincoln, right? You're in an Artemis that you get to go into different people's bodies where you're reminiscing the memories. So you're just going into that person. You're not changing anything. Like the history would be that he's still, was it Booth, right? Right, Booth killed him. You're just being him as he assassinates him. I don't know. You asked me a question. I came up with an idea. I don't know. They did the Vikings. They've done Feudal Japan. They've done Italy. They've done France. They've done, you know what I mean? They've done a lot of different ones.
They could do. They have to go. They've done everything. They've got to do caveman now. Prehistoric Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You have to dodge dinosaurs in order to assassinate Ukla.
Okay, next one. Krause says, can chat ask more questions so it's not full of questions from Altern and I?
I mean, if they have a question.
I don't know if I can answer that question for you. That's a question for chat. Chat, can you ask more questions so Krebsy and Altern don't have to answer all the questions or ask all the questions? Robert Jones says, what age did you allow your son to play video games? He's been playing video games. I started it when I was 3. I played Atari 2600. Played the bowling game when I started. My son's first game was Minecraft. Yeah, he played Minecraft from the very beginning. We put him into like taught him the basics or whatever. He sat in my lap and we played games. And then we got him a server so he could do his own thing. And since he's been 3 years old, he had this one server. And at the age of, I think it was 6, it was 3 years of stuff. We had a problem where the server went down. Okay. And this is where I actually got the server. So he had 3 years, he was building it on this, and he only played on the iPad. He played on the iPad, the mobile version. And he had this giant world, and we put hours and hours and hours, and he still has the world, thank God. I was on tech support for 3 hours to try to get this thing back, and we finally got it back, and the guy said, and obviously they sold me on it, and I was like, because my kid was crying, he was devastated. We got the Realms, and Realms has been a savior, because you pay $7 a month, whatever it is, for Realms, and we've been playing it for the last 4 years. So $7 a month for Minecraft, and he's been playing Minecraft since he's 3, so 7 years? So that was his first game. That's when he started playing. All right. And Gaming Fire says, are you going to play Inzoid? Is that how you say it, right? Inzoid? That was that sim game that we watched this morning. I think it's very interesting, but I wouldn't
It's
play
a life,
it to play.
It's a life sucker.
Yeah, I wouldn't play the game to play the game. I would play the game to see more of what you can do in it and see if use it more as a filming tool than actually playing the game, right? Like if I could make a character, set up a scene, make myself, put myself in a cafe or something like that, and then record something and try stuff out like that, it would be really more of a test than anything. I wouldn't really play it to play the game for what the game is. And I told why, because the sim games, I get disconnected. Okay, like if I have to make a character go to the bathroom and cook for them, I'm out, right? Like if I have to sit there, like right now, if I want to go make a song, I go into the program to go make a song, and I edit a song or edit a movie. But if I'm going into a game to then edit a song or edit a movie within the game itself, it's like I'm good, right? If I have to date somebody in a game, if I get this, because when we were watching the movie, Sarge, or watching the game, the guy said I made an angry guy. The guy's like, I made a really just an asshole, right? So let's say I make an introvert that just wants to stay home, right? That's like meta, right? Because then it's you staying at home playing a game of a character you made who stays home, who's just playing games in a game. It's like, what? So no, I don't want to play games like that. I'm interested in testing a game out like that to see what it can do, but I wouldn't play it to play it. There's no end goal there, right? Like if I could run a business, then I would run it and see, oh, can I make $1 million in a month or something like that? Then maybe. All right, let's see. World says he's got a question. World says, who is your daddy and what does he do? I mean, I won't give you my dad's name, but he's a good guy. He does things. He's a good guy and he does things.
things we can't talk about.
Yeah. He does things.
There it is. I thought we had one.
What's that?
The clown emoji.
Oh. Who's your dad and what does he do? Yeah. You can just play Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And it's nothing against Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm just done with AC. It's the same game, same type of stuff all the time, right? If I can kill someone in France and kill someone in the South, it's this blend of it's the same game. It's the same game, just in different places. It's like just one big
time period, right?
Yeah.
Thank God that he used knives and blades the whole time because different time periods. Otherwise, they have to put more weapons in there.
Well, I know someone's gonna be like, "Well, you play all the Battlefield games, and you play all," but it's different. Right? It's like it's not this bloated game.
Listen,
like
there's 13 or 14 episodes of the game. I played 3 or 4. I had enough. I'm good.
Yeah. So, no, my dad's not a CIA. He used to work in the deli business. He's done odd jobs basically his whole life. Worked in the deli. He was a mechanic. He's a bunch of different shit. Yeah. Wait, what was that? What do you? He's not mafia. He's not mafia. He's not CIA. He's a normal dude. Normal dude. I like how Sarge's playing this. Yeah, he's lying. Yeah. And that is gonna do it for episode 433. Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. You can listen to the past broadcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor.fm. Episode 432, I just uploaded today, earlier this morning on Spotify. If you want to listen to this after the fact, you can listen to it right here on YouTube, /30NSG. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. I'm done for the week. We'll be back Monday morning for the daily grind. Don't miss that. And go check out our other channels, 30 and Still Gaming, which does gaming videos. We do uploads over here on 30NSG and live streams over here. And then we also do Nerding with 30 over. We do entertainment videos over there. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that that pours from gaming sips, critical minds and candid lips, and Generation X.